Yeah.
Okay. So, all right.
All right. Welcome everyone to the game of 5th edition D&D. We're going to be playing the Winter Solstice with the Unnamed Adventurers Guild. I'm Alex Newton. I will be your host for tonight, and today we will be playing with these players. So let's let them introduce themselves. Alex.
Hi there, everybody. How you doing? Okay. Hi, I'm Alex Blanco. I am going to be playing Douglas Stillman. He is a 6th level Firbolg cleric of Cord, god of storm and bravery. He's very naive, but has a heart of gold. He's on kind of shaky ground with his deity right now. Kind of lost their connection, but it's back now. But I mean, he's trying to regain that trust right now. But he's kind of scared of everything at this point. So yeah, we're working on it. We're working.
All right, Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'll be playing Sariel. She is a level 6 cleric of the grave, and her deity is Kelemvor. She's pretty quiet. She's pretty in her head. Best friends with Douglas, so she's always a bit worried about him. But yeah, she's out and about for Winter Solstice. She's hoping that it's a nice, quiet evening.
All right, Christopher.
Yeah, hello. My name is Christopher, and I'm gonna play Slydor, who is a sailor, a sorcerer of the storm, or whatever they call it. He's a sailor in shedding clothes, and he have a necklace with a boat, with a necklace with a bottle with a boat inside with lightning in it, and it's probably what you know, and you know he's a drunk. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Matt.
I'm Matt. I'll be playing Adrin, the former mercenary now named co-archmage of the Wizard Guild of Illumina.
All right, Ty.
I'm Ty Johnston. I am playing Scribe. Scribe is not undead. Actually, this would be Scribe 2.0, or maybe even Scribe 3.0. Heck, it might even be Scribe 4.0. Scribe appears to be a woman, a younger woman in her early 20s. She's pale, dark hair that falls around her shoulders. She doesn't wear any armor or weapons, and doesn't have like a spell book on her or a wand or anything. So in that way, she looks fairly safe, I guess you would say. There's just the fact that she hardly ever blinks, and then her eyes get dry and she has to force herself to blink. Has to remind herself. And that's... Scribe's kind of the opposite of Douglas. Not real strong, but not really scared of anything at this point.
All right, and William?
Hi, my name is Will. I will be playing Jebediah, a half-drow plainsman from the Deep South. Howdy, y'all. Who has been named co-archmagi of the Wizards Guild.
All right.
We have a lot of
and
people.
We'll have, I think, somebody else joining us soon, but we'll get started with that. So it's another day in Illumina, which I really shouldn't be saying because that's quite improper for Illumina.
The second you said it, I'm just like, cool, so people are going to die. That's fine.
Yeah, more people dead. Surprise.
You wake up to corpses.
Well, that's not entirely inaccurate. You guys,
For God's sake.
Of course, winter's come, and with the recent destruction of apartments and buildings, and their recent reconstruction through magical means, a lot of people are still kind of left homeless. And of course, there's always been a large number of urchins and people who can't work anymore. So there's always been a large issue with beggars and such to begin with. And of course, the cold is setting in and snow is starting to come. And, well, for lack of a better way of saying it, winter is coming.
Hey.
And there's lots of snow. It's only a couple inches today. And, of course, a lot of people have been hired to kind of clean the roads, at least to the best of their abilities. They can with shovels.
Did you say a couple of inches?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said a couple of liches.
Yeah, there's a couple of
Let's not give him ideas.
This is Illumina. This is Illumina.
Yes.
This is Illumina, so you never know.
Honestly.
That actually would be
walking
kind of
through.
normal for Illumina, would it not? Hey, look, there's a couple of inches of liches in Illumina. Just kind of casualty count today, not too bad, 6.5 million.
You know, it's a regular Tuesday.
I hate that Alex has made that a regular Tuesday, and we can actually say that and not be joking.
I have done no such thing.
Dragon! Demon that came for hope. You know, I could keep going.
The demon wasn't my fault.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the demon wasn't your fault. It's only winter now. We all remember what happened during the summer festival, and a fire elemental basically the size of the sun came down.
Okay, I'm reformed. Okay.
Today you're going to fight kobolds.
Yeah, I'm going to roll insight on that one.
What's today's calamity forecast, DM?
All right. Fine, be like that.
We love you, man. But you don't have a good history.
It wouldn't be an adventure if everything was good, okay?
I mean, is it really realistic if everything's bad though?
Yes.
Yes, that does kind of fit the current world climate. Yes.
Welcome to D&D. No, I'm kidding. So,
you Americans are having a bad time right now, but stop projecting.
As you guys are enjoying your time in the morning, from your recent some of you have just come back from a recent jaunt through a pretty dangerous jungle or forest for some other people. So you're glad to be in the company of the Unnamed Adventurers Guild, where it's nice and relatively warm with the fire. And as you guys are getting ready to do your daily activities, you hear an alarm of the city watch.
Of course we do. Zara immediately gets up and leaves the guild and pokes her head out the door so she can see what's going on.
Okay. You look outside, and what seems to be about a mile away. Oh my god, save that list.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Dragons, more dragons, even more dragons.
It's a white dragon this time.
Times
That's
three,
what's happening. It's a white dragon this time, guys. We're fighting a nice dragon.
Well, close. You do see a dragon-like figure.
And he leaves.
Flying toward Illumina to the north side of Illumina. However, there's a couple things you notice that's strange about this draconic figure in the sky. It's blue and it seems to be covered in snow, as well as it doesn't have any legs or wings and seems to have a large sail.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Behind it seems to be towing something.
Okay.
It looks like some sort of ice chunk, but you're not really sure what it is. You actually see about 3 of these heading towards the north side of Illumina.
Sorry, what is it?
I have no idea.
If you guys are outside, then you can see it yourselves.
Oh, that! Oh no.
I can see why they're concerned, but I don't think it's a dragon.
Well, does it look like a dragon?
I mean, the head of the ship looks like a dragon,
It's a ship.
and it
Yeah.
definitely like the head is actually like looking around.
Douglas would recognize it's far more ship-like.
It's a ship, but that doesn't ease myself a little. It doesn't really ease my fear.
That's fair. Can I? I turn to the others and say, "Do you think that we should see if the guard needs help looking into that?"
Scribe's just going to sigh and start walking in that direction.
It's just a regular Tuesday, and I'm just follow Scribe.
Meanwhile, back at the halls of Magius. Jebediah is going to, if Adrin is around, he's going to call out for Adrin, and the Red Sorcerer is going to point out this thing floating in the air, all three of them. Have you seen anything like that before?
Says, hell no.
Well, I would suggest that we get over there as fast as possible.
Yes, you'll have fun with that. Make sure the students don't fling themselves at the fucking thing.
You should keep the students here. They are not to travel behind us.
That's my intention. I mean, if they try, I'll just burn them alive anyways.
Let's refrain from burning them alive. Maybe, put them to sleep or something. That would be helpful.
A good lesson for the rest of them.
Okay, Commissar. Let's tone it down about 3 notches. We'll handle what's out there. You just keep the kids in here so that they don't get killed or seriously injured by you, them, or anything else. Okay, please, thanks. And he'll take off running towards the commotion.
I'll take that slight sigh as Adrin agreeing to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
So you all eventually hit the north wall, and by the time you get there, they are much closer, and you see them landing on top of the lake. And as they land on the lake, you see that the lake actually freezes over.
Okay.
You see the sails that they have on the ships, or dragons, whatever they are. They actually do manifest into large wings as they kind of split apart and swing over to the sides of the ship. And they do take form of what looks like a giant plank, and that falls onto the ground at the edge of the lake. From what you can see, you see a bunch of people in similar attires to what my characters were wearing. Just long white robes and winter-esque outfits with like furs and long boots, kind of getting off the ship. And you can see the other 2 dragon boats landing in the water or on the ice, and they turn. And the one turns while the other one kind of just scrapes ahead, and you can see what looks like feet just kind of manifest on that one ship and kind of just slide to a stop and prevents itself from falling over. And the other one is just kind of skating on the ice and just bumps into the box, and you can see the chains on the back of it kind of snap off, and the box starts sliding to the edge of the lake.
Are the people walking towards the city?
Yes, about 5 of them.
Scribe's going to unfurl a giant sign on the city walls that says no soliciting.
Jebediah will follow suit with one that says, "We do not validate parking."
Oh, God. Douglas is just going to be shivering. He's not a cold weather kind of furball.
Can I see if they seem like they are particularly aggressive? Like, do they look like they're coming aggressively, or does it look more like they're coming to just talk like diplomatic style?
You see the one in my picture heading towards you. She seems to be in the front. She's carrying a staff, the sorts, as well as wearing a large mantle. The other four behind her are all wearing like these fur robes, but they do carry what looks like crystals in their hands, but they don't have any weapons.
All right, well.
Sarah's going to get down from the wall and go to the gate and just sort of call out, "Hail, friends."
Yeah,
How
I
can we
mean,
help
I'm going
you?
to go down to the gate and walk through it to meet them in the field instead of at the wall.
Okay, yeah. Sarah will walk towards the field to meet them halfway and say, "Hail, friends, what brings you to Illumina?"
Following.
and along the way, Scrabble will say, shouldn't someone official like the mayor or someone be doing this?
I
feel like
have
the mayor's
no
hiding
idea.
the
Officials never do shit in this town.
That's true.
Doesn't
We,
the mayor
we do it
hide
all.
in his basement? Isn't that how that works? I don't think I've ever met him.
Has anyone seen Remus? Maybe we should let him do the talking.
Don't even.
Did
Oh,
did
don't say my
death,
name.
did death cause you to lose your faculties, Scribe?
For a while, yes.
Let's just agree that for diplomacy, probably best that he's not. Can
can
you
hear
sort of
you
weird
now.
humming sound? You're not there yet.
But Slydor is walking up to them while he's screaming off his wall stream, and he's pretty drunk right now.
All right.
Who's this guy?
Fuck
I go up to the group and I say, "I am Adrin Galadriel, Galadriel, and I don't use my last name because I don't know how to pronounce it.
Galanadel, right?
Yeah, Galanadel. Galanadel. Archmage of this city.
Archmage. So Relgar's dead then.
Domia cursed a dragon's breath and cursed him.
Well, that's unfortunate. Well, my name is Solastar, Queen of Eldaron, and I'm here as an emissary of sorts to help relieve the people of Illumina from the recent fates they have suffered. And I hope that our gifts are accepted.
That is very kind of you, but I'm sure you understand at the moment our slight distrust. What aid have you come to offer?
Well, why don't you come see her for yourself if you don't trust us as much?
Insight check.
Slydor gonna follow them.
I got an insight check of 25.
Give me a second. Yeah. 23.
23, 25. Douglas and Sarah are just like staring into her soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's seems to be saying is what she intends.
Wait, she's legit.
And Sariel will sort of raise a hand in her direction, and Avera will lead on, and she'll follow her.
Okay. She turns around and starts leading all of you to the large ice block. Now that you're close enough, you see that the ice block is quite frozen, though inside of them is many possessions. Many of them look like dolls and such, as well as, and they're all pretty varying in shapes and size. You do see some armors and weapons in there.
I didn't know ice could bark.
Oh,
Sorry.
Just messing around.
And
Fucking next level
any
is-
objects and items are frozen inside.
Jebediah, upon examining the contents frozen in ice, will say, that is a very interesting trick.
She says, it is a specialty of us winter elves.
I am sorry. I do not. What is a winter elf?
She says, I understand if you wouldn't know. We do live in isolation in the frozen wastelands.
And
Surrounded by
80%
giants.
of the books in the Wizards Guild were burnt away. So we have.
Well, I feel that's our best interest to help each other then. If you're interested, next time we come by, or perhaps you share your teleportation circle with me, we can help each other replenish our stores, and perhaps your adventuring can help us in return.
Unfortunately, I have not mastered that level of magic yet.
She says, well, we do have hundreds of years to wait.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whisper over to Sariel. This all kind of seems fishy.
I don't know.
This is not cool.
Have you corresponded with Rogar before?
Me and him go a very long ways back, but that was nearly 300 years ago, and I haven't seen him then since.
And what was the nature of that relationship, if you don't mind my asking?
Business.
Do I insight check? That is oh my god, numbers 16.
Yeah, it seems like she was just talking about business.
Okay.
Your Majesty, you will have to excuse the series of invading questions. We have recently, as your parents here can attest to, been confronted by a dragon, and there have been quite a few, for lack of better terms, conflagrations hit Illumina within the last 4 months. So most, if not all, of the people in Illumina have a more than healthy dose of suspicion for anyone or anything that shows up.
Yes, we understand that quite thoroughly, but unfortunately, we have no other means of traveling across the frozen wastelands efficiently enough, besides our faithful guardians here. So you'll have to excuse our method of travel until we regain access to your teleportation circle.
Indeed. It is most fortunate that you are able to travel in such ways. There'd be like, I don't know if it would be like a diplomacy, charisma roll or something in order to kind of make sure that there's no ill feelings about the questionings and whatnot. I don't know what that would be. He said Jebediah is going to try and make sure that the queen of this empire, who has dragon ships and all this kind of stuff, doesn't get insulted or pissed off, and then like instead of burning us to death, freeze us to death, type thing.
That would just be an insight check. But as you're kind of having that discussion, Remus, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, my name is Sandra. I'm playing Remus. Remus is a high elf archer, fighter, ranger, and he's trying to become really good at what he's doing. And once he hits an arrow, he tries to deal a lot of damage. Also, he wants to be he wants his name to travel the lands without it having a sarcastic tone to it. So
He's doing a great job.
and he's trying. He's really gold-hearted. I don't know if that's an actual expression in this language, but
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
That's it.
it is. You're good.
So, Jebediah, you can tell she's of course, very patient and understanding of the situation of Illumina. But yes, definitely being doubted by almost everyone in the immediate vicinity. She's definitely not appreciating the whole thing so far.
Scribe hasn't doubted her so far.
You haven't said anything.
Slider didn't doubt her either, but he drove up and checked her out.
This is Jebediah Rill Rin, the Archmagi of the guild.
Sarah will just look up again. She says, so you mentioned the potential of trading some of our UAG services in return for this help that you are offering. We don't really have the authority to make those kinds of decisions. Would you prefer we bring Pincus, our guildmaster, out to meet you, or would you prefer to enter our city and meet him at the...
Oh, you mistaken the nature of our gift. We understand that you have a lot of surplus food, and we know that it's pretty much just your citizens are lacking clothing to survive the winter, as well as other joys, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. You would be correct. It's been a hard couple of months.
She says, I'd be willing to let you inspect what we have supplied you with if you are still not convinced.
I'm sorry. I must be confused. You are just providing this. You don't expect any kind of returning payment.
They want food in return for stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do we
this
have
is
a
a
surplus
trade
of food?
agreement, basically.
Oh, they don't need food either. They're saying we are here. They're telling you that they know you have food. So
they haven't
didn't
bought
bring any.
They didn't
but
bring
they
food because
brought-
they know we have some.
So what is it you want of us?
We heard that our city has many dangerous tasks that we need to uphold, but with the presence of giants activity, that's been increasing lately and over the last few months. We have been finding it too dangerous to send out our own agents, and the latest attempts to do so has they haven't returned yet, so we have assumed the worst.
Okay, so as soon as the queen mentions that there's giant activity, Jebediah is going to perk up. He knows a little bit about giants, and we'll ask her about what kind of activity. Is it an increase in rating? What kind of giants are involved?
She says, I think that is a different discussion that we should hold in a more private location.
Indeed, you are correct. Perhaps you would care to join us at the Wizards Guild.
That would be most suitable. In the meantime, she points her staff to the large cube and slides it onto land. And she just taps her staff against the ice block, and it just cracks up and falls into a mass of ice, which then just kind of seeps and cracks into so many tiny shards that they just fade into the ground.
Whoa.
Inside the block is
A little
A
boy
wide-
on a buffalo.
Oh God.
no,
No.
we're not doing that. If somebody actually told me that that's how they wanted to introduce a character, I'd do that. So inside are 8 large crates at the bottom of the block, as well as a varying array of items, which involves some pottery, many dolls, a few orbs, and other miscellaneous objects.
Where did you acquire all these things?
She says, again, that's some things that I'd like to talk more in private. I'd be willing to tell you more of our race.
Okay.
Seclusion is our most powerful weapon, and we've been using that very effectively against the giants up until now.
Sarah will glance down at the pile of things. Would you like us to have some people collect these items, or would you prefer they wait here until our talks have completed?
She says, it's up to you. I am unaware of your diplomatic strategies.
I'm unaware of the town's diplomatic strategies. Does anyone know if we accept the gift first or if we wait?
Sariel, perhaps you should go and get the mayor of Illumina and bring him to the Wizards Guild.
There's no mayor.
Great.
Who is the closest
So who's
thing
running?
that we have to
Who's running
There's a
Illumina?
council.
There's a council. I'm going to go
Okay.
fetch the council, and I will meet them at the Wizards Guild.
Okay, so basically, the person who has the closest authority in this area is the Archmages, and they're both present. What do you want the city to do?
Okay.
You guys are
Okay, we're good.
To be fair, I don't think either. Well, I didn't know that. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
Matt knew either that we had the authority to say yay or nay.
Yeah, we haven't got through the training guide yet.
Right.
Yeah, the only other person that might be like able to do anything about this is the new commander.
Who is also very new to the position. Awesome. Okay, well, since
Yeah,
we have the 2 Archmages,
He's just been added in like 2 days ago, and Captain Laria has returned, but she's not in a talkative mood, so it's probably best that she doesn't handle it.
All right. So Jebediah will ask Sariel to go get the captain of the guard, or whoever is the commanding officer on duty.
yes, Saria will go get the commander and we'll spend the entire walk to the Wizards Guild reassuring him, like, oh, you were chosen for this position and you're going to do fine. It's going to be fine. We're just having a few talks. It's going to be okay. I say, I understand you haven't read the training manual yet. We're going to get through this together.
And this is the Wormslayer commander, correct?
Yep.
All right, rock
He's the
on. How
ship,
about that?
And he's like, there's the enemy.
And
Why
while they're all talking about who they should talk to, and they're pepping each other and up and everything, and discussing all this, the scribe's already gone and got the guy.
Okay.
I went and got the guy.
Worm Slayer says, tell me what you know.
Ice elves from the sky. They're here to make a treaty of some sorts.
He says, treaty? We don't work with anyone who has dragons.
Well, maybe they're wanting to make some. They're wanting to give us some goods for us doing something. It doesn't matter. You're the man to decide this. Go talk to him.
No, he's not the only man to decide this.
He says, hate this job already. Look, I'll go talk to one of the other captains. Maybe she'll have more insight. The other captain just babbles. Doesn't really know what he's doing.
If you'd just come out there, you'd find out everything you need to know. There-
Fine.
The lady is named Celestar. She's a queen of Eldron or Eldrin. She likes to talk. She'll tell you what you need to know.
I hate talking.
So what's
Fine.
our difference? If they come bringing aid, we can't really afford to turn them away. We have far too many in the streets at the moment that have nowhere to go this winter. We need the goods.
Okay, so he goes out there and they start talking, and the conversation is all like starts off really bad. He's like,
Right.
"So you were the dragons?" And she's like, "No. Why would you think that?" He points to the ships and he says, "Those are ice elementals." And of course, everything is really tense.
Hey, short question. Am I around?
You're around.
Jebediah is
Oh,
going to.
I can talk? Oh my god, I didn't know that. That is awesome.
So it's gone from bad to worse.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing?
Not great. You know, I mean, maybe great because these people brought us stuff. I don't know.
Okay,
Holy
I'm
shit,
gonna
those are some
direct the
badass
four of
dragons.
us away from the group into the Wizards Guild.
And I'm gonna be fascinated with the captain. With the new captain since it's my
Alright.
new boss.
Solastar says, "I'll be there eventually. I have to deal with your leader." She sounds almost disappointed that she has to talk to him.
He's not the only leader. He's the Wizards Guild also have an authority. Right?
So after
Jebediah is going to walk up to the captain as he's interrogating, for lack of a better word, this royal diplomat from a region that apparently nobody has heard of or heard from in quite some time, and is going to ask him very politely to get some men and collect the materials that are out there in the field. And he is going to politely ask him to bring those materials into Illumina to be distributed to those in need. And he is going to very politely try to defuse the ticking time bomb that is about to go off in the royal emissary. Because this is not a good idea, messing with somebody who can turn a block of ice into just...
She's not a royal emissary. She is royalty.
The royal.
That's what I'm saying. She is a royal emissary. She is an emissary from her land, and she is the royalty. She is the leader, I assume, of her people. You don't go around just willy-nilly saying shit off the top of your head to, one, a person who can turn a block of ice into nothing inside of seconds, or two, you know, people that ride around in dragon-looking ships that kind of do like Transformer-type stuff when they land, and oh yeah, we're just going to throw insults around and question everything that they do and all this kind of, you know. So Jebediah is going to try to
very glad that you are
assert
complimenting
his authority. Is like, you don't do this. Please go get some people to bring these goods, these gifts that these people have brought to us, and bring them inside the city of Illumina. And with that, Jebediah is now going to try to politely escort the queen to the Mages Guild with Adrin and everyone else, hopefully without setting off a diplomatic nuclear weapon.
Okay. The commander says, "I will, after I look at all of these items." And he takes his spear and he starts cracking open the crates. And he looks inside them and he just does a quick scan of them all. Of course, the queen just doesn't seem fazed by his aggressive nature. And after a while, after he opens them all up and looks at the various items, he says, "Fine, she's allowed in and with her people, but the dragons stay on the lake.
Not dragons. Okay.
And of course, the elves agree to it, and the queen then points her staff to like all the crates and all the little items, and they all get like little ice legs, and they start crawling towards the city.
That's adorable.
I mean, it's a pretty slow crawl. The legs, like, occasionally, like, you see the legs, like, crack under the weight, but then they just, like, refreeze and reinforce and then keep going.
All right. Well, Jebediah will make polite conversation with the queen and Adrin as they're moving through in order to get the stuff into the city.
Where would you like to direct the items?
No, the commander believes he's done his part already.
Well, Saria will sort of like stand at the front of all the little crate creatures, and she'll direct them towards the. Is there like a town hall or?
Well, there's the festival square.
I don't really want it out. I don't really feel like they should be out in the open, especially if we're going to have to still like give them out. I feel like we should sort of have them inside so that we can then hand them out as required, rather than people maybe just coming and just grabbing things.
Yeah. So you guys decide that the best place to take them is the Wizards Guild because it's the only place that's somewhat privatized, as well as has a large enough area to kind of support such a thing.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So everyone kind of just follows the little train of crates, and you notice some like they starts off cute, but once those little legs hit, like you see the train, like the first crate kind of hit like a hill, and they all kind of bump into each other and then land on the ground, and then the legs like pick themselves back up, and then you see the crates kind of like shake themselves, and the legs like grow an extra 3 feet in height, and they start and now they're just kind of freakishly large and start crawling up the hill at a pretty fast pace.
Okay. Sariel is
That's
going
creepy.
Sariel's going to move ahead of the group and sort of like reassuring you that sort of because I'm assuming people came out to see. I'm just sort of I start reassuring them, you know, that they've come to offer us a checkout so far. These are just they're just magic, and we're taking care of it. So just reassuring everyone that everything's okay and that, you know, that we're not under attack again and that they're actually gifts.
So yes, of course, as people are kind of walking to the Wizards Guild, the wizards are the other elves that are like traveling with you, which there's 8 of them. They are actually quite calm about being like quickly surrounded, and they actually go into the crates and start throwing out clothes to the poorer people, and it's actually similar clothes to what they're wearing. And as soon as they get put on, everyone is just happy with all the, like, just being warm for a change.
That is so cool. Can I get a pair?
I don't think you need it as much as they do, Remus.
No.
Okay, yeah,
maybe let the
But they look freaking dope.
Yeah, maybe let the people that have been freezing have a pair before. Make sure that they all get a pair before you rush in.
Douglas is shivering. Like,
oh, Douglas, do you want like my shirt? It's a bit sweaty and all.
You know, just some earmuffs would be great. You know,
earmuffs. Can I go buy earmuffs?
Yes.
Okay, I'll buy 2 pair. 3.
Okay. So you go to they won't give you one because you're like, don't you have money? And you're like, fuck, I know. And then you go buy.
I forgot. Like that happens sometimes.
And you all head to the Wizards Guild, and that's where everything kind of gets held together. And the elves are kind of told to go find like of course all the wizards' children are invited to come over, and down to check out what objects they would like, and they invite other like children to come go and grab some stuff from the
Sarah will
crates.
just sort of stay in. She'll stay with where they are handing out things, and she'll just sort of like reassure the children's parents and just sort of use her goodwill and just be like, look, they're just here to help. These aren't. They're not going to come back on you. They're not asking anything of you. This is on us here. Take what you need.
Okay. They are handing out items. And are you the only one that stays there?
I assume I'd be with her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably be there too because I don't want to talk bit stuff. And maybe... Is that guys and girls there, is there?
Yes, there's guys and girls there.
Yeah, he probably flirt with one of the girls.
Fuck's sakes.
Pretty drunk, I just saying.
Yeah, it's not gonna work because that's not attractive. And they're gonna give you a wrong number.
I'm still so confused. Who is this person?
I have no idea, but he smells like a distillery.
All right. They decide that they gift that salty dog. They're trying to hit up on the girls, and she says, "Well, I have a gift for you then," and she gives you a tankard.
What is that?
Ooh, is that a nice one?
It's a cup.
Okay, I'm gonna put my water still into the cup and gonna still hit on her.
Right.
Okay. You put your water skin or wine in it? Is it alcohol?
As a ale, I have
Okay.
in one of my 10 water skins.
You don't know this right now, but you just poured your ale into a tankard of sobriety.
I just tasted, right?
Yes. The tankard has a stern face sculpted into one side. You can drink ale, wine, and other non-magical alcohol beverages poured into it without becoming inebriated. The tankard has no effect on magical liquids or harmful substances such as poison.
I love that.
I'm gonna put that away and take another water skin out and drink.
You wouldn't know you're not getting inebriated if I go.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a clue.
You're
I mean,
already
at this
drunk,
point,
and it tastes the same.
Also, at this point, you would probably drink piss, and you would be like, "Oh, this is good whiskey."
This is some good shit.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying.
And
Sorry, I'll just get between them and just start engaging the elf in like a nice conversation about her particular race and where are you from? Oh, what's that like? like what's daily life like for you? Like for that particular region. I've never been that far north. Just like trying to get in between them because she sees that the elf looks a bit uncomfortable.
okay.
Can you throw me a number for the earmuffs too?
She says, "Saul, you're awfully polite. I have something for you." And she reaches into a bag and pulls out a small pouch. And she hands it to you.
Sorry, I sort of receives it with two hands and looks confusedly at it. She's like, thank you. May I ask what this is?
In case you ever need to make your own food.
That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. I wish I had something I could give in return.
She says, "Well, it's what we're here for, to deliver out gifts."
Sorry, that could be good for the clinic.
Oh, you're right.
I hope not.
Oh, no? Okay.
I don't know what it does. You said it's easier to make food.
You don't know what it is, but it's a Heward's handy spice pouch.
Well,
The
makes it
belt
taste
appears
better.
empty and has 10 charges. While holding the pouch, you can use an action to expend one of its charges. Speak the name of any non-magical food seasoning, such as salt, pepper, saffron, or what the hell is that? Cilantro?
Cilantro.
Cilantro.
And remove a pinch of the desired seasoning from the pouch. A pinch is enough to season a single meal. The pouch regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn.
What clinic, Douglas?
Oh yeah. See, Sariel and I acquired a piece of land thanks to Aelwyn, and we're gonna build a house, and we're gonna build a garden, and it's gonna be this huge landmark for the city. And my goal is just that it boosts morale and it just makes everyone appreciate the city and just
So
makes
you
everyone just a little happier.
You're
No.
just gonna build a house for yourself and then like have a garden in there?
Well,
No,
garden
we're
next
going to-
door.
We're going to have some of it operating as a clinic so that people can come and receive aid if they need it.
Oh, for hurt people?
You just asked if you could put a garden. You didn't ask about putting the house.
Oh, the house is next to the garden, by the way. Haha.
Oh,
Surprise!
I don't know. There's indoor gardens too. Like
I didn't get this. I didn't sort this out. I was brought into it afterwards.
Well, you might want to have this then. Like if you want like food and stuff, this goes probably well together. And I can't look for my own food. And he gives Douglas the bag of endless food.
What?
Okay, well, while you're handing that gift to him, are you carrying Sprig?
At the moment, I wouldn't think so. Just because I'm cold and he'd probably be cold.
Well, I'm gonna give this to you regardless.
Okay, fine. That's fine. That's fine.
She said she hears you talking about the garden. What are you doing with it, and what you're doing with it, and she says, "Oh, are you?" And she gives you a pot. It's empty right now. But she tells you, well, she'll actually tell you what it is, so you just don't think you're getting nothing. and it's a pot of awakening. If you plant an ordinary shrub in this 10-pound clay pot and let it grow for 30 days, the shrub magically transforms it into a awakened shrub. At the end of that time, when the shrub awakens, the roots break the plant pot, destroying it. The awakened shrub is friendly towards you, as absent commands from you, and it does nothing.
What? So like it becomes a creature? What?
Yeah, it just awakens and then can just do shit on its own.
Oh, that's so cool.
Spring is gonna be a real boy.
So Sprig won't do anything unless you tell him to. So
That's all right. I mean, I'm not gonna send him into the frickin' front lines of battle or anything.
Sprig's gonna be baby fruit.
Yep.
Well, I'm not gonna do a lot. Can I bite your muff now?
And she notices that Remus is an archer carrying his bow around, and she says, "I have 3 arrows for you."
Oh wow! Thank you, but I have 60 arrows already.
She offers them to you, and she gives you 2 of them, and she says, "Try breaking these."
Are you sure?
Yep. Confident.
Okay. So first thing he does is bite on them.
Okay. You bite on it, and it doesn't hurt the arrow.
Well, I'm gonna throw the other one to the ground. Not that it would do anything, but I'll just do it.
You throw it on the ground, and of course, you know arrows aren't going to break by throwing them on the ground.
Remus, snap the bow. Remus, snap it.
Well, I'll pick it up again and try to break it with my knee.
Just for fun, roll strength check.
Oh my god! Please don't break the nice elf's gift to you. I'm just sort of like,
sorry.
She said to break it.
Said it, and I'm just doing it. I mean, that is a 7.
Okay.
Oh, was it a save?
No, it was just a check.
Oh, okay. Oh, actually, it's a 9 because I get +2.
So you hit it over your knee, and it actually hurts you instead. You don't take damage, but it hurts.
Those are really good arrows.
It's unbreakable.
Oh, wow. Can I get like all 3 of them, please?
And she says, and this last one, if they're fast but weak, you can use this against them. And she gives you, this arrow is a walloping arrow. If you hit somebody with it, they must make a DC 10 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. And does it break too?
She says, yes, that one can break. Be careful with
Aw.
that one.
Okay. Thank you very much. What's your name? I'm sorry.
Bulbasaur.
I didn't
Bulbasaur.
mean
Yeah, name her
to offend
Bulbasaur.
you.
Just
I
for-
didn't mean to offend you with that.
She says, it's no problem. Happy Winter Solstice.
Thank you. That was-
Yeah. Happy Winter Solstice.
Happy Winter Solstice. Thank you very
Did
much.
I miss this event?
I
I never celebrated Winter
It's
Solstice.
actually something they do. I don't think Illumina has like a Winter Solstice.
They're Santa's elves.
I thought we celebrated
Not gonna lie,
Christmas.
that's what I was.
They do live pretty far north.
I was when he was describing the shits coming in. I'm just like, it's like either dragons or it's Santa.
Dragons or Santa. I was actually thinking about having a giant show up and his name being Santa.
Oh my god.
You should have just had like the version of Santa from like the Chronicles of Narnia coming.
Yeah, but then I'm not like looking at it and I was like, well, I can't have them have elves because then they'd look like gnomes and then they aren't gnomes, they're elves, and I was like, I'll just make an elf.
Well, while I'm guessing she's continuing to hand out gifts to others. Cyril's sort of going to help her out with that and just sort of try to strike up a conversation about what Winter Solstice is while the others are inside the wizard hall chatting.
Okay, so everyone, so that's 4 of you there. Does anyone else want to be there? I know Adrian and Jebediah are inside.
It's just the 3 of us. I'm going to tell them Archmages only.
So
And
Scribe,
shut the door.
you kind of get kicked out of the fucking sanctum.
No, Scribe's not getting kicked out of the sanctum. Scribe will walk out so they can have their boring old talk.
Okay.
We're
Do you
doing
go-
it in I think it would be our office.
Oh,
Yeah, it would be where the inner sanctum is in order to do whatever it is needs to be done.
Okay. So Scribe, do you go to the
No, Scribe
office?
isn't needed for any of this.
Okay. Sure, they're handing out free stuff.
Scribe doesn't want free stuff. Scribe already got enough free stuff.
There's kids.
Yeah. It's a real reason not to go there. Scribe's gonna go to a tavern and drink.
Slide or follow.
Roll me a percentage.
81.
Okay. That's not good.
Okay, that's not good.
I like
All
when
right,
the DM
so-
says that's not good because it makes me terrified.
So you're walking out, and it's been a long time, but you see Dirk heading in with his students.
I immediately turn and walk the other direction.
Yeah, as soon as you see him, your dagger's like, kill him, do it, and you see his he's bleeding out, and you actually notice that like all the other kids behind him were bleeding too.
Great. I walk the other direction, look down at the dagger, and say, I may have to keep you, but if you want me to do this one, you're going to have to kill me.
It tries to get you to move you to do so, but it doesn't work. You feel it trying to urge you to make you stab yourself, but you're like, no.
What the fuck?
That can be arranged. Little pet knife. And I walk faster to the tavern.
Okay. So you and Salty Dog head to a local tavern.
Okay. I just walk in, throw down 30 silver, and say, tell me when that's enough. Start drinking, dog.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell stories to him about my sailor time while I'm drinking. And
Do you use the tankard?
Oh god, you're gonna be out of money, Scribe.
I'm about to use the tender. Do I know what it does?
No,
No,
no idea.
They didn't tell you.
And you're also already drunk, so you wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, I know when I'm not getting more drunk.
I don't know. If you're that fucked, you probably don't.
But yeah, I will use the tender until I feel like something is wrong.
Well,
Give
Scribe's
me a
Scribe's
wisdom save at disadvantage.
just pointing out, Scribe's not getting drunk. Like one mug of wine, and that'll be it for her.
What kind of shit?
Wisdom save, disadvantage.
18.
You will notice after 2 hours that you're not getting any more drunk.
And I don't say to Stripe, give me this stupid fucking cup that don't make me drunk. And I'm gonna put it in my backpack.
I didn't give you that.
No, the hot elves.
Well, I paid 30 silver, so there should be plenty more alcohol coming. Drink out of whatever they bring them in, mugs or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna say, thanks, Stripe. You're kinda hot. And just drinking.
Great, thanks.
So while Scribe lives through hell, and you three are helping hand out gifts and clothes, and you notice
Cool
that
as Santa's elves.
Dirk has brought his students as well to have Winter Solstice and talk with them. Solastar, Adrin, and Jebediah are in the main sanctum. And she says, it almost looks exactly the same as when I left it last time. Well, except for that thing. And she looks up and notices the fucking huge ass fire orb in the middle of the room.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure that one out. Luckily, we have an apprentice here that's very good with fire. So he can drain off the excess energy and go outside and explode a little.
Indeed.
As you say that, you hear a fucking explosion outside.
Oh, there he is.
Right on
And
time.
the orb might be docile for the moment then.
Well, it doesn't seem to be making that much heat. But I think they recover quite quickly. So let's hold a quick conversation then.
As you would have it.
So, of course, I am here to help relieve your people, and I feel like we're doing so adequately now. Of course, I will bring more supplies if it ever demands it, but we need your help first before we continue that little relationship.
Yeah. Well,
What
the supplies
is it
are
you
grateful, but I think the city's on an upswing at the moment. So hopefully more supplies aren't needed. Needed.
Okay.
Okay, did the Matrix just reset?
Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't me.
And she says, that's fine indeed. I will perhaps bring resources for you then. But both options are on the table.
You
After all.
You mentioned that you are in need of aid, but you have yet to mention what kind of aid you need.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
yeah. Debs here's a bit of a giant enthusiast.
Well, that's good. Perhaps he knows something that we don't, which would be useful. We know quite a bit about the giants in our region, but of course, some other giants are moving upwards, which means that your Illumina is doing its job a little too well.
So you are saying that the giants from this side of the mountain chain are traveling into your territory?
Well, it happens every winter. The giants realize they can't go south, or else they'll clash with the cities in the south. They come up north, where the other giants are more than willing to take them in, but it seems that you have employed some tricks that they've learned from, and now they're up here using those tricks, and we've failed to adapt to them.
To what tricks do you refer?
Well, I'm not quite sure. None of my spies have survived.
Hmm.
So, before we get too into detail of how much we can help you, I will tell you how much we've been helping you, and how important it is that we work together to keep our two homes from getting completely destroyed.
Okay.
Please feel free to speak freely.
She says, around my capital, there are large clans and none of them particularly like each other too much. And in recent history, about the last 50 years, another giant, formerly known as the Dark Queen, has been roaming around trying to rally the other clans to join her under whatever dark cult she's serving nowadays. And we've taken it upon ourselves to not let that happen. And of course, it's been easy before, last 100 years or so. We just poison a few barrels, make them think that they're trying to poison each other, then have them fight it out for a couple decades before they get tired and give up. And we do that for many of the frost giant clans nearby. However, with the migration from the giants from the south up into the frozen wastes, they've been catching on to our ways and have been developing antitoxins. It wouldn't be too much of an issue, but apparently they've found a way to use different resources than from your land, and are able to produce antitoxins, and they pretty much pour it in everything that they get from other clans.
Well, I should let you know that there is um, a rogue caster around working with giants.
And that's news to me.
Perhaps this is the reason that they are advancing in their use of tools.
Well, he seems very localized to the east, but I think his help might be spreading. If the giants are moving, then his information and help must be moving as well.
Well, at the very least, we need help. The clans are starting to get wise to our tactics, and we can't keep them separated for long. And we are safe and where we live. They'll never find us. But that does lead to issues of if they leave, then, well, Illumina will be having a very disgusting war on their hands. Especially if one warlord happens to lay claim to the rest.
Clans of giants are often very territorial, which means that, as you say, pitting one clan against another is possible. However, if they are wising up, or one giant dominates many clan leaders, then you would have an army of giants on your hand, and that is not something that we can defend against.
We're well aware of that. We can barely, if we have the magical capacity to keep them fighting each other, but if they ever found out where we were, we'd have to move. And unfortunately, since they take up so much of the frozen wastes, we're not too acclimated to moving to anywhere else.
Then perhaps thinning the herd is necessary.
Yes, but killing many clans of giants isn't as easy as just saying it is.
Indeed, and there will be repercussions either way. But I was thinking more along the lines of thinning the brains of the operation, not necessarily the entire population itself.
She says, well, as soon as we find out who that is, I'll let you know.
When you do, we will see what we can do about sending out a strike team in order to eliminate whoever it is that is teaching these giants to use alchemy to make reagents of antitoxin. And perhaps if we eliminate enough of the more intelligent ones, things will even out, like water finding its own level.
Then it sounds like we're in agreement then.
Indeed, I believe that as far as I am concerned, we are in agreement. Adrian?
Yep.
So there's just a small matter of having a teleportation circle in place. And I know Relgar has one. It's in a bit of a dusty place, I think. But once I get it active, I can use it myself.
Yeah.
I would not know of such things. I am not powerful enough to do as you say.
She says, don't worry. There's a little trick I remember him doing. And she goes over to Relgar's calendar. And she's looking at it, and then you see her flip it over to the current month. And she says, there we go. Now she then grabs onto it, and you see her actually like grab the edges of the wall, and you realize that his calendar is actually a tome as well, and she goes back about 300 years. And you're like, wait,
holy cow,
there's invisible shit in the office.
Smooth.
And she flips it over to back to that time, and then she freezes a specific date, and you see under one of the maps, the floor decompresses, and then the rug rolls itself up and rolls off to the side, and then you just see that it starts sinking, and then you realize that part of the floor underneath the rug is just, it looks like it's made of stone, but it's actually made of ice, and then it just melts, and you just see this big watering hole, and then the water slowly just drains out.
That's interesting.
How long has that been there?
You've read the schematics, and you two have always been like, well, I guess that explains why there was never a room built underneath the sanctum.
Indeed.
And she says, well, hopefully the protections from with Featherfall on them are still working. Unless you both know the spell.
I do, but I do not have it prepared.
Well, have some tea then, while we wait.
Okay.
Okay, so after all this, you guys are like, yeah, I guess we can sit down and have some tea.
Sure, why not? I mean, because there's literally no way we're getting down there with Featherfall unless... Besides, how would you get back up?
She says, well, I mean, unless you know fly or levitate.
A rope.
The rope is not deep enough.
Several ropes.
Scribe knows Featherfall.
Jenny knows Featherfall too.
Yeah.
She's in the Wizards Guild.
So much for our friggin' archmages.
I didn't say I didn't know it. I just said it's not prepared. It's not a ritual spell. Alright, so yeah.
So you, after all of that, you guys are like, I guess I'll settle down for some tea.
Right. Give me a second to brush up on my spellage again.
So let's
Sorry we couldn't be in your big important private meeting.
So Scribe and Salty Dog, let's move to you. So after 2 hours, you guys are realizing, hey, this isn't fucking getting me drunk.
Why not?
You don't know why. It's just you're not. Ever since you started using this mug, you haven't been getting drunk.
Oh, okay. I thought I already put it in my bag. Okay. Then I'm gonna put it in my bag and use a new one.
Okay.
I thought
Scribe will have a second glass of wine.
It tastes all right. Like you get this numb, like very held back, like sweet taste, but then you don't even feel it go down.
Okay.
So we're not drinking?
No, he just can't feel very much. He has a very numb sense of feeling.
Great. You can't get drunk. Well, at least it tastes good. And here I am with a drunk, unshaven sailor. This might be a new low.
Hey, what?
Oh, sorry. An almost sober, unshaven sailor.
Yeah. That's better. Don't take my drunkenness away from me.
No, I paid for it. You can get drunk all you want.
Okay. I'm trying.
God, maybe my parents were right.
Okay, erase. I have Featherfall now.
All right, Sariel, Douglas, and Remus, you guys are standing out handing out gifts to children.
No, I gave them earmuffs, just for the record.
Yay!
Okay, so
I
you
went to
bought a
buy
bunch
earmuffs. Yes, I did.
You bought 3 earmuffs and you're gonna hand them out.
Yeah, I actually bought 3 earmuffs, knowing that Scribe wouldn't take hers, but just in case. And 2 were like for the ladies, like for Scribe and for Serial, and Douglas is like just shaking, so 3. But since she didn't take hers, I'm wearing them now. And yeah, I guess we're handing out gifts. And now you go. I'm sorry.
So, back to what I was saying. Sariel, Douglas, and Remus are handing out gifts to children.
Hey.
Happy Winter Solstice.
Yeah, you've actually picked up the motto, and like the kids are really catching on to the whole thing. They're like building snowmen in the middle of the yard.
Yay.
Oh, I love it.
It's wonderful. I'm still freezing though.
You have earmuffs now. What else do you need, Douglas?
I don't like a blanket for
I
my
gave you a
face?
basket of food. I gave you earmuffs. What else do you need? Okay, here's my blanket. Wrap it around your face.
Okay. It's on my face. I can't see anything.
Better?
Scribe. Of course they know Santa isn't real.
Is
The
it better
Soul
now?
Star is real, and she's amazing and gives out free stuff.
I hand something else to a child, accidentally hitting them in the face. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, can I teach the
Okay.
children how to use a bow like a kid's bow?
Dario's been like listening to the elves like doing little songs and stuff like that. She's starting to sing along, just getting into the spirit, just asking them questions about the holiday and like their home and just having a little chat, which is like happily handing out gifts.
Okay, so we'll get into that. Douglas, you're like you're swinging your fist to hand out another gift.
I'm blind.
Like you are swear to God you're gonna hit this kid in the face, and he just does a fucking backflip and lands on his feet. And you're like, what the hell?
That's impressive, little one.
And he looks up at you and he says, "Yeah. Now you're gonna give me that?"
Here you go. Happy Winter Solstice.
The kid takes the outfit and he's like, "Yes. Now I won't be so cold anymore." He runs away.
I'm gonna
What are
train
these-
with like kids that have wooden weapons. Sorry, Douglas. Go ahead.
As he runs away, I'm like, "Can you teach me that?" Okay, he's gone.
He's not like running away. You see, like the two kids are definitely like the two groups of kids are definitely like in their own groups. Like you see the apprentices are like mingling with each other, and Dirk's students are mingling with each other.
Are they which group are they in?
They run over to Dirk's students.
Ah, no, fuck them.
Then they look over, like the one kid hears you, and he's like, "Dirk." He's like,
I didn't
"What?"
say that out loud.
He's
Douglas
like-
doesn't
he
curse.
said, he said mean things about you, and he says your training sucks.
Oh shit!
Dirk looks at Douglas and he's like, "You trying to start a fight with me?"
No, not at all.
He's like,
Oh god.
"Good." And he looks to the kid. He says, "By the way, I was directed at you. Here's a gold coin." And the kid's like, "Yes." And the kid runs away.
These are some weird boys. What is happening in this city? I'm confused. I'll find some like actual normal little kids, and I'll be like, "Hi, kids. This is spring."
Normal kids in Illumina.
I don't think
up.
anyone normal has survived in Illumina. I think they have to be prodigies or highly trained mages at this stage. Otherwise, they're just dead.
You're not there, scribe. Shut up.
Okay. So Dirk's kids, after they've pretty much, it's more like they mugged the fucking clothes out of the crates while you guys weren't really paying attention. You guys are like, "Wait, when did they get all that?" And they leave.
No, I
Almost
wanted to
as
play
quietly
fight
as
with.
they came.
They only cared about the gifts, man. Greedy little kids.
Didn't any of them get like a little wooden sword or something? Like what kids actually want, not fucking whatever.
So
Yes, because kids want wooden swords. Over
Yeah, they do.
not
I wanted a
freezing to
wooden
death.
sword. I never got a wooden sword. I
Yeah,
really want a
I
wooden
get the feeling that
sword.
you had warm clothes, Remus.
actually, you shouldn't be too upset. The Dirk students, they were cold, so they got clothes. But when you're like, "How come they don't get little swords?" You realize, like, you look at some of the Dirk students, and they have real swords. Like they have real short swords on them and daggers.
Oh, that is so awesome! I want to play fight with them.
They'll stab you. Oh.
They'll stab you.
This is just a bad idea.
No, not
No,
fight them, but just pretending.
no,
You know,
no.
like play
Let him go
pretend.
ahead. Let him go ahead. Let him play fight with, the people that'll stab him for real.
Scribe and Jedi aren't there, so
I know.
Yeah.
Let them go play. I think they're all like level 5 actually.
Well,
I
play
can't
fighting.
remember.
Like, I didn't want to start a. Jesus fucking Christ! I just want to play fight with the children. Like, how's it so hard? Like,
Oh.
No.
okay, no, then fuck those children. Here's your gifts. And
They don't know.
Fuck those children. Here's your gift. Happy Winter Solstice.
Get
yeah.
stabbed.
God damn it.
Wow.
So you see the
This is Illumina's version of the Salvation Army right here. Fuck
Here's your
your
I was
gift.
just watching this unfold. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you people doing?
Fuck you, take your gift.
So you start seeing the kids getting random stuff like you see them getting hats and cloaks and some candles and some what looks like some spell books, and you actually see one of the students get what looks like a glass eye, and then he puts it in, and he like an hour later he's like, oh my god, I can see.
Did
And
we
you
just
see them
witness
getting
a miracle?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Wait, what happened?
Just fixed a, kid's blindness, no big deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think
Welcome
I think we witnessed a misplaced magic item is what we witnessed.
By the way, these are all magic items. They're just all common magic items.
Nice.
The kid just got an ersatz eye. It's an artificial eye that replaces a real one that was lost or removed. While the ersatz eye is embedded in your eye socket, it can't be removed by anyone other than you. You can see through the tiny orb as though it were a normal eye.
Oh, that's so
Aw.
cool.
Making
Aw.
miracles happen one day at a time, man.
It's a Christmas miracle, guys.
What's
It's a
Christmas?
Winter Solstice
miracle.
miracle.
Oh my god!
I also
Like,
love
not
that it's
even
really being hot here.
Pay
And I'm just like,
attention.
look, it's.
I love
hot
how we're
and
talking all
dry.
about Christmas and it's April.
It's like.
I just thought about that. I'm like, wasn't it really warm
I'm the
today?
closest one. I'm the closest one to being in winter at the moment, and I've still got a good 3 months to go, and it'll last maybe a day.
Oh yeah, because you guys
Yeah,
have
it's
Christmas
like-
in summer.
It's reverse. Yeah, right.
We don't celebrate Christmas in summer. We just have winter at your summer race. Christmas doesn't change dates. We just have a summer Christmas. where
You
we
just
like-
celebrate Christmas in summer. That's funny.
Whatever.
We celebrate it in December when everyone else celebrates Christmas. And Christmas doesn't change dates. It's cold outside.
she can go surfing on Christmas break.
We literally go to the beach and eat seafood. That's our Christmas. It's most
I love
people's
it.
Christmas.
Yes.
Just turn the aircon on really, really cold so we can actually bake food.
Seafood.
Seafood is so
Alright.
good.
So, sorry, what kind of questions
Hi,
are you
welcome
asking?
to an edition of Australian Christmas.
All right.
Oh my god.
We also eat
So-
pavlova.
What are you asking these what kind of questions you asking?
The history of this particular holiday, also about just their society, if they're willing to share any information about that, what their city looks like.
Okay, well, they won't tell you what it looks like because that's really important information that they're just not supposed
That's
to
fair.
divulge.
No, that's fair. And I specify. I'm just like only what you're comfortable with saying. I'm just asking questions because I'm curious and I don't want you to feel uncomfortable.
Okay. Let's get back to the question. Winter Solstice. It's been around for about 150 years, and it's been that way ever since. Well, we had a similar crisis to what Illumina had, where people were dying on the streets, and they couldn't afford. Our people could afford food but they weren't able to survive or homeless. And so Winter Solstice was at first about helping the people survive through the winter because, of course, they couldn't afford the clothes or to survive the cold. And although we're definitely adapted for the cold in our homes, some people had to go outside the city and they couldn't survive out there. The surface cold is much colder than what's in our city. So we had to supply them with clothes and supplies to allow them to go to the surface from time to time.
Oh, that's not.
And of course, well, I shouldn't say that, but we have other issues, but that was the major concern. And ever since then, we've celebrated Winter Solstice. And now that our people have kind of been used to that sort of yearly task, we've been much more successful as of late.
It sounds lovely that you guys came up with this holiday just to help each other out. It's quite lovely.
Well, it was necessary to a point, but as soon as we developed that sort of seasonal holiday, things have been definitely better. Some people think that it's just a way to resupply those who won't work, but if it was such a case, we wouldn't be seeing such positive changes from it, even by economic standards. Or is that too political for you?
Sorry.
It's getting really weird.
I think she went AFK.
She DC'd.
Or DC'd. I don't know.
There's that too.
Someone's just gotta have to type out what he said. Wait, hold on, she messaged me. Hangouts froze for her, yeah.
Okay. So we'll get back to her. So Jebediah and Adrin, the hour goes by and you guys enjoy some what her people like to call iced tea, and she puts like ice crystals in it, and it's basically tea, but it becomes frozen after the crystals are put in. But then after 10 minutes, it melts, and it's basically just regular tea, but is cool.
Cool beans. Or
Just
cool tea.
Cool tea. Cool leaves, bro. So after you tell everyone that the spell is prepared, she says, well, after you.
Jebediah will jump down into the hole.
Okay. She jumps in after him, and Adrin, you do so as well. So you jump down and you descend into darkness, and as you do so, lights start turning on, and it doesn't take long before you notice the bottom.
Okay, well, cast a spell when necessary so that I don't go splat.
I cast a second level Featherfall so me and her don't go splat.
So you both cast Featherfall, and you all land on the bottom safely. And at the bottom, you notice there is actually a stone pad, but it's all the way down here. And you notice this frozen cavern. As much as it is frozen, there is a lot of stonework around beyond the ice. And you do notice the symbols of the teleportation circle kind of just encased in ice.
That's very interesting.
She says, yes, that might be our bad.
Was
Though-
there a reason that you encased the teleportation circle in ice?
Oh, that's unintentional. You see, it's our magic revolves entirely around ice. So even our teleportation circle operates on ice magic. So your version of the spell just kind of sends you into one place, but we actually melt ourselves and then reform ourselves at where the other circle is.
Indeed.
And generally the formation of our new bodies causes a lot of the area to become cold and freezes things. I imagine after a long exposure, this circle has adapted some of our attunement to ice and has frozen themselves. That might be why I couldn't have used it. I tried using it about 100 years ago just to see if I could visit one time, but I guess this is why it didn't work.
And do you have a way of countering this?
Oh, yes, of course. The same way I countered the giant ice block. And she just kind of taps her staff on the ground. See this wave of energy kind of flowing through the ice. And it just all cracks and shatters. And everything is just back to the way it should have looked. All the dust was on the ice, so it looks clean as hell. The teleportation circle is humming as if it never had missed a day, and it's seemingly ready for use.
Okay.
And she says, well, that wasn't so hard, now was it?
Not at all. Now,
I could
is this...
breathe on it?
Do what?
I could have just breathed on the ice.
Yeah. That's true, too.
I'm assuming you're talking about some sort of spell.
Dragon's breath.
Ah. Well, don't want to damage your property. And of course, you notice some spell books around desks. You actually notice a lot. She does kind of point out herself. I'm surprised he kept so many artifacts from our city.
And what are these? And as she's pointing them out, what are these artifacts? What did they do?
Oh, nothing. She says it's similar to some of the other things I'm wearing. And she points to her mantle and her headdress. And she says, it's supposed to be a mark of royalty. Though we gave some to Relgar after he turned out to be incredibly useful to us.
I see,
Supposed
they are
to-
mementos.
Yes. We even gave him one of our staffs. And she points to the staff kind of leaning on the wall. And she says, not particularly useful when it comes to combat, but in an environment completely made of ice, it does have some purpose. Well, I'm sure you'll find out what exactly it does, and when you figure out what it is.
And that is true, but it can wait for another time. With the teleportation circle freed from the ice, you should be able to come and go as necessary. But how will we be able to get to your teleportation circle in order to help you with the problem that we are both facing?
Well, that's it. That's an obvious answer, isn't it?
You will have to forgive me, but I am not familiar with the use of teleportation circles or the teleportation incantation. I am not powerful enough to delve into those magics yet.
She says, oh, well, let me give you a quick explanation. Each teleportation circle has a home in what some people may call the astral plane. And as it's home there, traveling through the astral plane is quick, but also incredibly dangerous if you don't have the proper means. Teleportation circle, just like the normal spell, allows you to travel through such places at incredible speeds, and particularly quite safely. Teleportation circle takes that to a whole new level by binding you to a location and then sending you to another location that is also safely binded. So you don't have to worry about teleporting yourself into the ground, for example.
Indeed.
However, there are limitations and requirements for such safe travel. One of which is you have to be able to know how to teleport at the very least, as well as you have to know the location of the other circle.
And therein lies the crux of our problem.
She says, not particularly. As you know, and as I've told you, I am able to use these circles at my own free will. So I can send you there to my city if I ever need your help.
Ah, I see. That now makes sense.
She says, of course, I hope I'm not barging in on you two when you're doing things.
What do you mean by that?
She says, oh, well, of course, the fire thing is definitely a worry. I don't want to accidentally explode. But that's a risk I'll have to take from my people.
Well, he does the exploding outside.
We will
Well,
leave this open, but we will have to you will have to show us the particular mechanisms you used so that we may seal the portal opening, and he'll point up, so that others do not find this place and try to meddle in affairs that do not concern them.
she says, it's no worries. I can't remember where the door entrance is on the surface. Well, I mean, of course, there was the calendar, but that was a fail-safe on Relgar's part for me. I know there's another button, but I don't know how he opened it. But I do know how to seal this room up, as there's a button on the stone slab that takes us back up.
Then let us proceed back up so that we may finish our conversation and...
She says, well, after this conversation, I feel it's quite safe that we can go home. And she then takes you to the stone slab that is in the really far drop. And you stand in a little dark area with her. And she says, now, where is that button? I think it's right here. And she runs her hand across the stone slab, and the arcane sigil opens up. And you hear the stone wall closes the only opening. And now you guys are like in a really slender tube. And
well, now isn't this cozy?
You hear stone rumbling underneath you, and you can hear water rushing up. And the slab of stone that you're standing on starts rising with the sound of water. And eventually, you guys are back up. You guys are back up into in your sanctum.
Wow.
Just listening to Alex.
I'm
like,
trying
I
to
can't
not laugh
even.
on the text.
That's literally like I'm just like, oh no, he's laughing. We don't stop this until he actually goes.
So you guys are in the main room now, and you step off to the side, and the rug unrolls itself and covers the slab.
Okay. Jebediah will note how that was done.
Yeah. So she walks over back to the calendar, and you see her close the tome again, and it just looks like an average calendar that most Illuminans use.
Cool. All right.
She says, "Now, wasn't that exciting?"
That was indeed an experience.
So, do you wish to experience our winter solstice, or are you gonna research up here all day?
I would join you in experiencing the celebration of your winter solstice.
All right. So she leads you back outside where everyone's kind of done handing out gifts. And she said, you guys get there, and Celestar looks to her servants and she says, now, why don't you hand these little gentlemen the 2 items I've saved for them? And all right. I didn't really think about what I was going to give you.
Oh, man.
So the one elf gives Jebediah an instrument. I'm going to say it's just going to be, let's just say it's a viol.
Okay.
And you can make an Arcana check on it if you want.
All right. $21.
21.
I got a plus 13 in Arcana. I can't help it.
It's an instrument of scribing. It has 3 charges. While you are playing it, you can use an action to expend one charge from the instrument and write a magical message on a non-magical object or surface that you can see within 30 feet of you. The message can be up to 6 words long and is written in a language you know. If you are a bard, you can scribe an additional 7 words and choose to make the message glow faintly, allowing it to be seen in non-magical darkness. Casting Dispel Magic on the message erases it. Otherwise, the message fades away after 24 hours. The instrument regains all charges daily at dawn. It requires attunement, unfortunately.
Well, that's all right. That's awesome, though. And he will thank the queen and give her a slight bow.
And another elf gives Adrin an enduring spellbook. And of course, you can roll an Arcana check on it if you want to know what it is right away.
I got a 9 with a plus 8.
So 17. So you're looking over. Oh,
the total was a 9. I rolled a natural 1.
Okay. You can't tell what it is, except that it's a spellbook. Though it is an enduring spellbook. The spellbook, along with anything written on its pages, can't be damaged by fire or immersion in water. In addition, the spellbook doesn't deteriorate with age. What the hell did I read?
Oh my god.
No.
What is this chat?
Embrace the chat.
No, I'll pass.
So that is going to be, when Jebediah attunes to this, that is going to be like, because he has so many words he can use, but that'll be glowing, like on one of the walls on the outside of the Mages Guild.
You're just gonna have Sound of Silence inscribed in Mages.
That's exactly right. At least somebody got it.
See, my favorite
I think
version
that
of
would
that's
be
like
fun
disturbed
because then
version of
we
Sound of
will-
Silence. I've just been singing that to myself for the last 5 minutes.
The old version of Disturbed.
The VL version of The Sound of Silence by
The Sound of-
Disturbed.
The Sound of Silence was covered by a band called Disturbed, who sang it much better than Gilbert and Sullivan.
That would be hilarious. I'm gonna have to look that up. Damn it.
Did you
All
say
right, so-
Gilbert and Sullivan?
It was actually Simon and Garfunkel that did the original.
Yeah, I was about to say, no, I'm thinking the wrong one. Gilbert and Sullivan was the musical I was in. Ignore me.
All right. So, as she kind of looks out to all the children that are present, as well as some other urchins that have shown up and gotten presents, and some of the other homeless people, she says, "Well, Winter Solstice has only half begun. Now the festivities can begin." And as you notice, she shoots a ray of light into the sky, and after that, she then points that light to some of the snowmen that are kind of around. There's a lot of snowmen. Each kind of the apprentice mages kind of made one, as well as probably Ginny.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And-
I was partly not paying attention because of Discord. What about Jenny?
So I'm assuming Ginny would have made a snowman if she was there.
Oh, of course, 100%.
So she points this ray of light to all the snowmen, and then they just start shaking their head and becoming animate.
Oh
And-
no.
And
Jubei! Jubei!
Frosty the Snowman.
And she says, "Let the snow war begin." And the snowmen start scooping up snow as they start throwing snowballs at the kids.
Oh god. DC 18 wisdom save for my cowardliness.
It's not combat.
It's not combat, you're
Still.
okay.
Oh, now he's being attacked.
Oh my god. All right, make your fucking roll.
I'm not gonna make the roll. Screw that. I mean, I'll make it just for fun.
And of course, she kind of brings all of you to the side, and you see the dragon boats flying over, and making it snow much heavier in this area. And she says, "Now, what fun would it be if I didn't get the adults involved?"
Sario's already like scooping up snowballs and like helping the children throw them against the snowman. She doesn't get to have fun very often. She's enjoying this. It's getting in the spirit.
She beckons you over to come,
Aw, okay.
and you notice that the 3 dragon boats are kind of floating above. And she says, "Now, this will be a real snow fight." And unfortunately, Scribe and Salty Dog decided to go get drunk or to make the attempt at it, so they won't be here. So you see these balls kind of just get ejected from the ship, but they don't land on you guys, and they just land on the ground.
Did you just have to include combat for the hell of it?
And she says, "Now let's see who's the real man around here. And she points the ray of light at the pile of snow, and it animates into this huge snow golem.
That's not fair. You have home field advantage.
So, do you guys want to like angrily stumble back or something after realizing it's fucking boring when there's nobody at the tavern?
Oh yeah, Scribe will come back.
Okay, Scribe. So after realizing, damn it, there's actually things going on that the wizard killed, and I hate this place.
We're being attacked by snowmen.
He starts
Yeah,
punching.
so
Yeah, this
you
is a
show up
2-bit
and
game
you just
now.
see this. You just see all the kids are playing against like little snowmen with tiny twig arms that can barely throw snow, but are chasing the mages anyways. And you notice that all the everyone else is kind of around back. Then you just see this giant snow golem.
How big is it?
It's a huge creature. It's standing about 16 feet tall.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, are we attacking this thing?
Yeah, roll
that
initiative.
Oh fuck! Keep going.
Just like, is this combat? We've been having some nice time not in combat.
Ooh, that's not bad. Good job, Doug. Good job. Seeing as I have a 10 dexterity, that's not bad.
My dexterity is like a +1 because I'm just like, she's an elf. She's going to be slightly dexterous.
All right. Wait,
I love
no
that.
questions about it. He rolled a 2 and he has like a -2 on dex.
Great.
Jeb, you go first.
So the objective is to have fun and smash this snow golem?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to... So he just wants to make sure that he's not going to cause any issues by casting yeah, we'll go with Chromatic Orb.
Let's just hope this isn't the tier 3 combat Alex was talking about.
If it is, then I have to go to bed.
I get the feeling that tier 3
literally,
combat was like
yeah.
if we'd just rushed out and attacked the queen of the Frost Elves. I feel like that would have been the 3+ combat.
That was yeah, I think that was
that would have been a very bad idea.
That would have been terrible. Let's agree that it was good that we went with diplomacy.
Okay, so 25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so we're going to do... Oh wait, wrong die. 1, 3, 5, 11, 17, 18, 19... 27 points of fire damage.
Zariel, what's your initiative?
Is this
Yeah.
giant
18.
chromatic ball of fire just fly straight at this ice golem?
It smacks into the creature and then freezes into solid ice and lands on the ground. And then melts.
Nice.
She says,
It's gonna look at the queen and just feel like, awesome. You're gonna have to teach me that trick.
She
Turn fire
nods
into
her
ice.
head.
That's awesome.
Let her talk.
She says, now why would I make it so easy for you to just use fire magic on it? And she just spreads out her arms and
I don't know, for fun?
she says, well, that's what we're here for.
Right? Happy Winter Solstice, by the way.
Remus, you go next.
Okay. I'm gonna attack this thing. This golem. Winter golem for a 27 to hit.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you the same thing. Well, your arrow hits it and just freezes into solid ice, and then spirals onto the ground and gets stuck in the snow.
But doesn't it have
Like, is
like piercing damage too?
Like, is it
I don't
weapons that are
even
turning
roll
into
for
snowballs as they
anything.
hit, or
Hmm?
like can Sariel tell if it's sort of like are they like turning into like snowballs before hitting it, so it's sort of like a snow fight, or is it like looking like it's damage? Or...
No, like it seems like everything that's hitting it so far is just turning to solid ice and then bouncing off.
Okay.
Well, then I'm gonna shoot another arrow because that makes sense to me.
I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused.
No.
I wonder.
16 to hit.
The kids are having a snowball fight with the little snowmen. Is it possible that's what we're supposed to be doing too?
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
It's a big snowman for the big
It's
for the big.
really big.
Yeah.
Sariel, here we go.
Okay. Well, Sariel is going to pick up a decent amount of snow and fashion it into a snowball and lob that.
Yeah, sure. Make your attack roll.
That I don't know what I add to it. What would I add to that?
Doesn't.
Ranged.
It's a thrown weapon.
Are you proficient in snowballs?
I don't know. If it's ranged, I guess I technically.
Yeah, so it's a melee thrown weapon that you can add your strength, and it's a finesse weapon. So we'll say.
Okay, so
you can add your strength or dex
17.
to it. Yeah, that'll hit.
It's a finesse
hit?
weapon.
Awesome. What am I rolling for damage if I roll damage?
Roll me a d12.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's not bad for a snowball. 10.
Okay, you hit it and it stumbles back.
Hey!
And you actually punch a hole in it.
Nice. So I think that you guys have maybe jumped the gun a bit. I think we're just having a snowball fight. She immediately leans down and starts getting up another one ready to go.
Douglas.
All right. Seeing as how that worked, I'm gonna make the biggest snowball I can.
Okay, make
And
your attack roll.
I'm just gonna overhand chuck it.
Well, I hope you're wearing gloves.
Oh God, no. Douglas
Is
is
that
not
a little
prepared for the
cold?
winter at all. It's like ah. All right. Attack roll, right? Okay.
Attack roll.
12 plus whatever. I don't know.
Dex or strength, which is your highest.
Strength, so +2 and plus proficiency. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
It's maximum. It's maximum. Roll a d12.
Gah. Okay, D12.
You got this.
6.
Hey!
Yeah. You punch another hole into the golem, and its eyes look down, and then it's like furls its sticks at you guys.
Oh, that was kind of fun.
All right, Scribe, your turn.
All right, Scribe's gonna running up, throw an arm down, and grab a handful of snow, pack it into a snowball. And since you said this was a finesse weapon, I can do my sneak attack damage, right?
Oh my God.
Yes. If there was somebody standing beside it, somebody else standing beside it, then yes, you could.
I don't think anyone's that close to it.
You're a
No.
swashbuckler, aren't you?
Yeah, as a swashbuckler.
Yeah, but I think that's only melee attacks. I think.
Wait, yeah, you may be right.
Anyway, I'll hurl my snowball. I got a 14.
Okay. You hit it. Roll d12.
Can I add my dex?
Yes. You can always you could have always added your attributes.
No,
Doesn't matter what
I
kind.
did 9 points of damage.
Yeah, you throw it and it hits its leg and it just groans at you like, "Oh."
Okay.
That sounds like me in the morning.
Sly.
Yeah, we probably do the same to the snowball. But
Throw a snowball.
is I'm drunk or
Roll me a con.
that is 13.
No, you're not.
Okay. And do a 14 hit it?
Yeah.
And I do 9 damage.
All right, you punch another hole in it, and it just looks sad. Sad and angry.
Oh.
And I'm gonna run behind some other people so I don't get hit by a snowball.
All right. Pattern.
Okay. I am going to throw Stubble. With a 16.
I will hit.
And I did 15 points of damage.
All right. The whole, there's just a huge impact where it hit, and it's like, ooh.
You're gonna love this. My extra attack was a natural 1.
You just hit Scribe in the back of the head with a snowball.
Oh, motherfucker.
All
It is
right.
on.
Oh no.
It reaches down kind of behind Scribe, and it says, and it doesn't say anything. It's just like, "Arr!" And it puts its hands on the ground, and you just see snow just kind of building up around it. Then it lifts its hands up, and there's this huge snowball just forming in its hands. And then it just lobs this gigantic snowball upon you all. Except for Scribe.
I still had my bonus action of Blade Song.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So all of you make dexterity saves.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Great at these.
I'm fantastic at those. It's not bad. It's a 16. It's fine.
21.
That's 5.
Yeah, look here, Rogue.
I should have hasted. I got a
Oh
14.
my god, it's a snowball fight. You're not gonna die.
This is Alex we're talking about, man. Jesus.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
He throws the snowball at you, and you all drowned.
Yeah,
We just-
it
all
landed
of
on
our bones
top
get
of you guys,
crushed and-
and now you're all suffocating.
Oh.
And if you don't beat a DC 25 strength tech, you can't get out.
Physically impossible for me to get, so we're going well.
No. So you guys all take. Where's my other D4s?
Oh, we're taking damage?
Yay!
What?
All of us.
Well, have you ever gotten a snowball real hard to the face? That
No,
hurts.
I'm from Miami.
That fucking hurts this shit.
Sorry here.
If you're
You
lucky,
guys-
there's no fucking stone inside of the snowball.
And it hasn't been thrown in a freezer after being
It
let
snows
down.
on like exactly one mountain in like New South Wales. I think it's half the country away.
What kind of snowball fights are you guys in? God.
Germany
So-
exists half of snow.
Alright.
So it throws this massive snowball at all of you, and when you guys, if you made the save, you take half of 7, which is 3.
What was
the
the
If you
save?
failed, the DC is 14.
Okay.
So Sly is the only person to not make the save and
No,
take
I-
7 points of bludgeoning damage.
I failed too.
And you are all knocked back 20 feet. So this huge snowball just gets thrown at you, and you guys are like, "Oh my god!" And it explodes once it impacts. You're all knocked back by the explosion. Though some of you manage to protect yourselves by covering your face or turning your back to it, Sly Dog just ends up taking the whole thing to the face, but either way, you all get knocked flying.
Yay.
Douglas takes it all to the face too. I got a 5.
I'm going to start calling Sly Dog Cousin Eddie.
When you guys get up from the explosion, you realize that all the snow has kind of fallen conveniently perfectly to cover the ground.
Yay, we're making weather.
Yay, we're making weather. That's great.
Jebediah.
Alright, so Jeb's going to pick up a snowball and run 30 feet forward and chuck it at the snow golem.
So I'm just saying, if you guys beat an AC of 12, you're going to hit it.
Okay. Well, yeah, that'll work. And you said it's a D12?
Yeah.
Finessed?
Finesse weapon.
Okay, so that's going to be 12 points of damage.
Points of damage? Yeah, it gets another hole punched into it, and it's like, ugh.
And then, how far away is it now? Because I advanced
30 feet. It's 10 feet away.
Yeah, Jeb's going to use his bonus action to... Actually, he made an attack roll, so he gets 40 feet. So if it's 10 feet away, he would be able to move right to it. And he's going to hug it.
You hug its leg.
It's cold.
You heal for 2 hit points.
Oh.
Do what now?
You heal for 2 hit points. It's like, oh.
Okay, awesome. And that'll be Jeb's turn.
All right,
Yes.
I'm gonna make a snowball too. I'm gonna hit it with a 17.
Are you 40 feet away still?
Yeah. Do I get disadvantage for that?
Yes.
Why? I'm a fucking sharpshooter with snowballs too.
The max range on the thing is 30.
All right, then I'm gonna move 20 feet ahead. Better.
Okay.
Okay, 17 to hit. Fuck. All right. So here goes the D12. That's 8 damage, and I'm gonna use a second one. I'm gonna throw a second one because I can. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Let's do that. 15 to hit. Yep.
Yeah, that hits.
And here goes. Please be good. Oh, and that is 12 damage.
All right, you guys are just punching holes through this thing, and you guys hit it so many times in the stomach that its upper shoulders just kind of sink to its waist.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's just looking down at its like
Not
crotch area
sorry.
now, and it's like,
Kind of feel bad to you. But it's
Not
so much
sorry for
fun.
that. Sorry, Al.
Okay. I also hit it with a 13, so just. And it was a D12. Oh, I said moving forward first. I should probably specify that I have moved forward probably like 15 feet. And I got a 1 for damage.
so it's just like you see the snowball, just like it looks like it's gonna miss, but then it just hits its arm, and it doesn't go actually punch through like everyone else's, and it just sticks to it.
Look, I only have so much strength. I'm not the strongest of people.
You can use your attacks.
Both of them were the exact same modifier. I built her as a caster priest.
All right.
I gotta take off, guys. You guys have a good night.
Bye, Will.
All right,
Good night.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
See you around.
Douglas.
All right. I'm gonna move like away from the group, but still moving forward, just like from like the splash zone. And I'm gonna ask you something. Can I spend my action just making a real big snowball?
You gotta be strong enough to throw it too. Think about that.
I'm hoping that I am.
Okay.
But
Okay,
that's what
yeah,
I'm gonna spend my action doing, just trying to make it huge.
You make a huge snowball, and you
All right.
kind of just carry it in your arms.
Yes. I can't. Can I throw it this turn or no?
No.
Okay.
Instead, you spend your action.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And yeah, that's what I'll do. Next turn, I'm gonna destroy it. Great.
All
Sure.
right. Scribe, your turn.
Okay. Anyone who has ever seen Scribe cast Eldritch Blasts has seen when the spell goes off, it looks like glowing daggers. So now Scribe throws out both her hands to the sides and kind of like Iron Man, and each hand appears a glowing snowball.
Aw.
We'll see if this works, and she's going to throw these two Eldritch snowballs at the monster.
Are they literally Eldritch Blasts?
Yeah, they would be.
Okay.
Well, I will, unless I can reach down and grab snow when the Eldritch Blast doesn't melt my snowballs.
Yeah. Like, the magic will freeze on them, but the snowballs will still work.
Oh, okay. So I got a 19 and a 13.
No, they'll both hit.
Do I roll snowball damage or
Snowball
Eldritch?
damage.
Okay.
You see it, and the snowballs go your Eldritch Blast energy hits first, but then
Yeah.
freezes, and the snowballs just carry on by themselves.
Okay. Well, I did 13 points of snowball damage.
It's definitely it's weakening. The one snowball you threw into it just broke through, it made a hole in it.
No, let me use my big one. Come on.
Adern.
Okay, I'm going to throw shovel, and I rolled a 10.
All right.
I got a 24 on the second one.
That'll hit.
And I got 13.
That'll hit. Oh,
That was
that's
damage.
So yeah, the creature's almost seems to be ready to crumble apart. And it's
Do it. No, come on.
and then Soul Star says, "What? It's your turn now." And it's oh, and then it reaches down and it scoops all of you up.
Is that
into a
not
big
my
ball.
turn?
Oh, Sly, go. You don't get a turn.
Can I use dust to push a lot of snow into it?
I mean, you can.
Will that do damage?
No.
I don't
can
want
try.
Just scoop snow into it.
Yeah, let me. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not gonna hit a roll a 9.
Okay.
And I'm gonna run away.
Okay, you run away, and okay, so it reaches down and starts scooping everyone up. It picks everyone up in a snowball,
And I'm like,
Sly-
woohoo! Free ride!
Can
And
we
Sly-
roll athletics to avoid?
Yeah.
No, it's a fucking
I'm not gonna avoid that. That's fun as hell.
yeah. You can make athletics checks if you want.
Can I drop my snowball just to make sure that it's safe?
No, it's stuck with you.
Fuck!
Nat 20 on athletics.
Oh, athletics. Oh, I'm good at that.
I got a modified 20 on athletics.
18.
I,
Yeah,
re-
11.
24.
I refuse athletics. I want to go on the right.
Okay. So only two of you get scooped up by it, which is Sly and Remus. And Remus is actually excited.
Woo! Yes!
I accept it.
And there's behind Sly, there's this huge snowball, like pile of snow that just manifests. And the golem throws all of you, the two of you, into it.
Goosh.
That's stupid.
So you guys take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
And
fuck.
you're not prone.
8 for me.
Do you
It's
take
8
fall
for me.
damage also?
No.
It's 8 for me again. Yep. Because of my armor.
Oh. So you both land in the snow, and it's more cold than it does. Like the impact actually hurts you.
And you
guys
hear-
slide down the snow pile.
And you hear in the background, that was awesome!
Does snow hurt to fall into? Like, is it like as soft as it looks, or is it like quite hard? I don't.
It really hurts, but it was fun!
Okay,
I don't know how snow works.
I'll fix it later.
It's kind of like, it's more like the damage comes from them being cold than it does them like bludgeoning them. So it's not like they're
That was
being
actually that was actually a
brutally
real life.
bruised.
There was more of a real life question. Like, is snow soft, or is it like get packed? Or I don't understand how it works.
It's kind of a mixed bag depending on where you live.
Okay.
If the person who's making the snowball is responsible and nice. If the person's a D-bag, there can be a rock or made of ice and smash through your fucking car window.
Ow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
If the snow just
Suddenly,
landed,
cute
it's
snowball
so
fights
soft.
and TV shows
Yeah.
from America no longer seem as cute.
Yeah, there was actually I think a bunch of kids actually got convicted somewhere because they were pushing snowballs on top of people's cars as they were driving by, and it actually killed somebody.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, the snowball went through, it hit the guy, and it caused him to go off like a small bridge.
Oh my
that,
god.
that
Oh my
happened.
God.
That happened in Germany too. Like
Yeah.
that was like it killed like a father of a family, and like the others survived, and the father died and shit because they throw stones and rocks and snowballs off bridges because they're retarded.
Oh
Yeah.
god. Okay.
They do that to Denmark.
Snow no longer
with
seems as
Brits.
cute and fun.
Yay, snowball fight. Yay.
And so after that, the golem's just used up all of his energy, and he just turns into a puff of snow.
No, I wanted to go again.
I throw my big snowball at Sario.
You take 5d10 bludgeoning damage.
Can I roll acrobatics to jump out of the way?
Yeah, you can roll athletics at disadvantage. You're not really paying attention to Douglas and giant snowball.
Rude. It's 12.
Okay, so you have to beat a 12 with an attack roll to hit her.
Okay.
He just rolls a nat 20.
It is a nat 20.
Seriously?
I'm
It
gonna
is.
screenshot it. Hold on.
It is a natural
I'm
20.
gonna screenshot
We're
it.
gonna look at the snowball.
Hold on, I posted it on general.
Double all the damage die.
I'm gonna post it on general chat. I swear. Where
Fuck you,
is it?
Douglas.
I'm not kidding. Boom. I did.
Fuck
Oh,
you.
God.
I did.
What's your strength bonus?
+2. It's a 15.
You. Oh yeah, that's.
I love how you called it too.
You should have taken the 5d10.
You throw in the heat of the moment. You're like, yes! You throw this huge ass fucking snowball at her, and she doesn't even notice. She just hears you scream, and you're like, what are you doing? And then she turns around, boom, just hits her in the fucking head, and she just. There isn't that much snow. There's like 2 inches on the ground, and it's soft snow. And she just hits her head on the ground. And she takes 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
You took more damage than I did.
Oh, I see that she actually takes damage. I'm like, yeah! Oh!
Yeah, you actually hear the loud like thump from hitting the ground.
Well, to know I'm at about half health.
Sorry, are you okay? Are you okay?
Sorry, I was just knocked out.
Wait, really? Oh no! 3rd level cure wounds. Yeah, 3rd level cure wounds. 3d8. 7 plus 2, 9 plus 5, 14. 14 plus 4. You heal 18 hit points.
I was just saying she was knocked out because she was on the ground. She said like half of her stuff off, but I'm still gonna take that as punishment. You're gonna eat a 3rd level spell slot.
It's okay. It's okay.
This is like
Did you say 18?
Yeah.
It's like one of the moments where you think you're doing something funny in real life, and you're like, yeah, hell
no,
yeah,
it's
this
not
is
funny."
a fucking good idea, and then you fucking smack someone with a nice, like a snowball right in the face, and like
Oh,
they
fuck.
get like badly hurt.
Yes.
And you're like, shit, I'm sorry.
bro.
And then
To
there's
put
this
that
awkward
in
tension
perspective-
between you guys for like 2 hours, and you're like, I'm sorry.
To put that in perspective, if that was any regular person, you would have killed them.
Oh, fuck. Death by snowball.
Cool.
So as you guys are like
Okay.
realizing, oh shit, that's going on, she says, "Oh, the festival's almost over. You have one more thing that you and the kids have to survive."
Oh, we're not done.
The word survive just sounds great.
And you just see this giant, like while you guys were looking away, there's now a giant snow slope that's
What is
almost
that?
as high as the wall.
Are we seeing now?
What is the snow slope? This is like something
It's
to.
like a snow hill.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
go to bargaining.
And of course, all the kids get summoned to go over there. And she says, "Now it's time to fulfill your dreams as adventurers." And she summons a huge fucking snowball on the slope, and it just starts rolling towards all of you.
Oh god, okay.
Oh my god, that is so awesome.
Just jump. Sorry, I'll just pick myself
Can
up.
I ready to ask
on
you?
the fucking ground.
Sure, you can ready an action.
Can I just Sariel just moves out the fucking way.
Wait, sorry, I'll get on my
Just
back. And
whack.
I'm just gonna lay flat.
You're going to lay flat.
That seems like correct. Sariel's just gonna try and dodge out of the way.
I am going to try something different.
Okay,
Uh,
so I'm gonna go left to right, and we'll see what you all do in reaction to this snowball hitting your way. That would be Douglas.
All right. I'm gonna lay flat on my belly, and I'm just gonna say, "Sorry, I'll get on my back. We're gonna sled down."
You're not on the slope. You're on the flat ground.
And I run to the slope.
Okay, so you run to the snowball.
Wait, oh, it's on the oh, what the fuck? Oh, I thought it was like we were on top of the slope, and so was the snowball, and we had to get off the slope.
No.
No.
Oh, I totally pictured this wrong. Oh, okay. Then, crap. Yeah, I'm gonna run away.
Yeah, so you're like running up the slope, like, oh shit, that's where it is.
Kick. Oh, kick. And I just run away. And if it ever gets close to me, I'm a thunder wave it.
That was my plan, you fucking stupid.
Alright, Zariel, what do you do?
I rolled a modified 20 to just dodge out of the way.
Are you running out of the way, or are you running away, like running out of its way, or are you running away from it?
Out of its way.
Okay, you just hug the building and you think it'll go past you.
Okay.
You think?
I think. I'm just like, I was a modified 20, surely it'll do it. No.
Alright, Sly. Sly.
Sly.
He
Chris.
gone.
Chris, it's your turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on Thunder Wave.
Okay. You hit it with Thunder Wave, and then it just rolls over you.
Great.
Hey, I pushed it bad.
You have realized that the elementals she's created has been immune to spells thus far.
Oh.
And normal arrows too. I can confirm that. I tried twice.
Yeah, but arrows into snow, we never do damage.
Yeah, we also fired fire at it and she froze it and it just dropped down. So spells aren't working.
How much damage did it take?
You don't take it.
Didn't he?
You're just going for a ride now.
No, I thought it took damage. Okay.
No.
You can make a con save afterwards to see if you fucking collapse from all those turns you take. It's like, I can fly.
I only have 3 hit points left, so.
How far away is it? Like how many rounds?
I'll say it's just moving 30 feet around. It's not moving fast.
No, like how long would it take to hit me?
1 round.
Okay. I expend 6 charges and I use Globe of Invulnerability.
Oh my god. So boring.
Excessive.
So lame. Using your invulnerability.
Oh my god.
I'm unaffected by level 6 spells or lower.
Okay.
You should have told him the exact spell level because now he's going to be like, well, with a level 7 snowball.
Well, elementals and summoned creatures or objects aren't really considered spells when they're summoned. So.
Yeah, and I'm unaffected by creatures or objects outside of the sphere.
Oh, okay. So this snowball is just gonna roll over you then.
No fun.
And Remus.
I have a great idea. So what I'm gonna do is I take out my grappling hook. And as an action, I would. Is there any houses near me?
I mean, there's the Wizards Guild.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I run towards them, and on my last 4 feet out of 30, like at my 26th foot, I go into a running jump, and I throw the hook up, and I try to climb it up. That, like, I can have like a 4 feet running jump, and I totally want to use this because I'm a remarkable athlete now.
You do know the guild's like a 3rd-story building, right?
There's a window I can break in, or like some ledge I can put the grappling hook into, right?
You're gonna break into someone's house just so you can
No,
snowball?
no. I mean, accidentally, that's possible. That's one of those moments where you're like, hell yeah, that's a good idea. And then you're like, fuck, you know?
Mortgage, damn it.
No, No, that's only Remus who thinks that, not anyone else.
Oh, okay. Well, to him, it's a pretty damn nice idea. And if Alex says that's okay, then I'm fine with that. Silence.
I'm reading something.
Bashing through window rules.
Dashing through the
I
snow.
can't do that though. Yeah. Okay,
So, will you let
we
me
can
do
have fun
that?
with that. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
She's doing it.
So,
He-
what do you?
Oh, right.
you still-
What?
I was reading the spell.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Well, I don't know if it takes up my full movement to like run up to a closer house or something. I figured it wouldn't.
No, it just takes. Well, I mean, it takes 24 feet.
Yeah, all right. Then I'll use my running jump and I throw the grappling hook up and try to pull myself up. Get out of
Okay.
range from the snowball.
Wow, what's wrong with you people? Okay.
Wait, what? That was really creative. I'm like, what can I do except for I run out of its way? I mean,
Yeah, you grappling hook lands on a windowsill,
that's cool.
and you climb up.
Look at me being remarkable,
Scribe.
Remarkable Remus.
right?
He's no longer a retard. He's remarkable.
She's
You will never catch me here, Snowball.
Scribe has a whole bunch of stuff she wants to do. First,
Oh gosh.
use her movement to run over behind Douglas.
Okay.
And since Douglas is so much taller than she is, she's going to use her action to pick up snow and put it up the back of his shirt.
Okay.
That is
Oh,
awesome.
goodness.
And then, as a bonus action,
She won't pick
Right.
up more snow.
no, Scribe wants to Misty Step on top of the giant snowball.
Oh fuck.
Oh wow, that is dope. That is
That's
so dope.
And
That
basically
is acrobatics, isn't it?
ride it with her
Oh my-
feet.
Oh my god. That's
Okay. You're
Amazing.
standing on top of the snowball. Make me an athletics check.
Athletics or acrobatics? Not the
Either or. I'll take one or the other.
19.
That's definitely well enough. You're kind of just juggling. You keeping yourself on it.
Okay. And that's it for
So
Scribe.
That's fucking dope, Scribe. Remus is gonna
Why?
yell, "Yes,
Douglas,
Scribe, you're doing it!"
Sariel ran off to the side. It picks both of you up as it runs over you.
I thought that I dodged out of the way.
No, I said except for you.
Oh, okay, thank God.
So it runs both of you over as you try to thunder wave it back, and it just like womp, womp, eats both of you.
wow.
Yes, the globe of invulnerability does protect objects and creatures within the field. It doesn't hit you, but it does pick up the globe, and you start hitting the sides of the globe like shit. And now you're spinning in a ball.
That's beautiful.
It's Conception. That's like Inception, man. Spinning in a ball. In a ball.
Bullception.
Remus,
Yes?
you
I got taken in by the first line being immobile and faintly shining barrier.
Ah! So, Remus, you're climbing up this thing, and if you had just run to the side, you would have been fine. But because you decided to climb up, the edge of the snowball slams into you, squishes you against the wall, and then you get sucked into it.
God damn it! And it was such a great plan.
Alright.
God fucking damn it!
It's
That was
alright,
like
Remus. You're still remarkable.
that was my most ingenious plan.
You guys are just screaming all this stuff out, and a bunch of the kids are just running away like, "Oh my god!" And a bunch of the kids get swallowed up in the snowball, and they're like, "Ah!"
I can already feel the con save.
There's
You know,
always that. There's always that one kid that's like, "Oh my god, we're actually gonna fucking die.
and I'll wave at the kids from on top.
Actually, I'll have you make another. Do you mind if you step on the kids' faces?
I'm
Please not squish the
children. I'm trying not to step on the kids' faces.
Okay, make me a fresh new, acrobatics check.
That's fine. I'm good at acrobatics. I got a 22.
Wait, this is an elemental?
Sort of.
I'm going
Just a
to
snow elemental.
I'm going to dispel my globe.
Okay.
Because concentration I can just drop. So spells can be. I can now cast spells. I'm going to use 5 charges for hold monster.
It's immune to magic.
Okay, that's going to be hilarious when that happens.
I'm in a 10-foot radius area inside there that was not covered in snow because
okay.
Made
yeah. So you meant on top of just dodging this rolling, like on top of rolling on like keeping yourself on it, you are also dodging the children's faces. And at first they're like, "Oh my god!" and you just step around them. And after a while, they're like, and they're laughing at you as you struggle now to not step on their faces.
Wait,
What's
wouldn't
the
they
save
step
on hold monster?
It's the staff uses my DC, so it's a DC 16 wisdom
Alex,
save.
Wouldn't it be our faces too, since we got sucked in?
No, you're kind of just stuck on the side of the
Yeah,
snowball.
I don't care if I step on those.
Not nice.
I was nice to you.
I'm kidding.
Oh, that fucking thing does not work. You see the hold spell is like trying to hold the whole snowball, and it just you see the runes kind of pop up around it, but then they just falter. I rolled a nat 20 on it. The snowball keeps rolling, and eventually it turns around the one wall, and it eventually just collides into the wall. And nothing else happens. Everyone just explodes out of this giant snowball, and
do I take
everyone
falling
just kinda
damage?
land. No.
Okay. They'll kill kids.
Like their intention is not murder the children. So.
People act like we're fighting a fucking beholder or something.
Hold monster. And so of course, after the snowball collapses in a heap and all the kids like roll out and you get out of the snow, it eventually stands back up, and the kids are like, "Get it!" And because it's turned into its snow golem form, and the snow golem just starts running away from the horde of snowballs flying towards it. And the elves eventually start packing up their stuff and kind of wait for you to go meet them again.
Scribe jumps down from the snowball after it explodes and goes to meet the elves.
Rams is gonna go and try to get his grappling hook back. God damn, that was such a great idea.
It actually was pulled with you, so like when you were still holding it, and then it just like when it got pulled away, it was coiling around you, and eventually like the grappling hook kind of smacked you in the head a bit and landed in the snow.
Oh. So much for not dangerous.
There was a flying piece of like sharp metal just fall.
Yeah, yes. So much for not danger, but if you notice, basically Remus hurt himself.
I'm just going to be going around to all the children just saying, "Are you hurt? Okay. Are you hurt? No? Okay. Are you hurt? No? Okay.
I am hurt. I am hurt.
I heal you. 3rd level cure wounds. Why not?
Thank you, Douglas.
Okay, wait, where's my dice roller? God dang it. Like it matters, but whatever. Dice roller.
You just need 11.
I don't care. I'm gonna heal
Okay.
you all the heals.
Okay.
Two.
Keep
Great.
Keep
Wow.
them coming.
3 2s. So 6 plus. So you heal 10.
God damn it, Douglas.
I'm sorry. I'm a disgrace. I rolled 3 2s, man.
So
Thank you.
you guys get out of the snow pile. And then the elves seem to be expecting.
Sorry, it was just like giggling from the side where she dodged.
Do I still have my earmuffs on?
Those things transcend.
roll me a dexterity check.
Oh, I'd have to roll in too, probably.
A dex check?
Yeah, to see if
Ooh.
you put on the earmuffs well enough.
That is a 22.
I got an 18.
Yeah, you both. Your earmuffs are still on you.
These earmuffs withstand space and time, Remus.
I know
Where did
that
you
was
buy these?
That was a good purchase, wasn't it? I don't even know where I bought these. I forgot. Somewhere here.
They're amazing.
Right? I think they're made of real rabbit.
Oh, well, now they're kind of less amazing, but
I mean, what did you expect?
well, not from actual rabbits, from like rabbit fur, but they asked the rabbit politely if they can borrow their fur.
Well, I'm
and
sure
the
they
rabbit's like,
ate him before they made these earmuffs.
oh, yay. And I'll just go back to helping the children.
Well, you go look. The children don't need much help. They're chasing the snow golem around, and it's like spraying snowballs.
I'll chase after them. I'm like, no, you're injured. Put on a band-aid.
Yeah, and then some of the kids are running over like medic, and they've got like snowballs on their backs.
Like, I'm coming. Healing words. I'm throwing healing words at them.
Sarah will walk over and she'll cast mass healing word at all the children. She's just like, there you guys go, you're fine.
Okay, talk about showing up your partner there.
Okay, I've got many healing words. I've got like.
Okay, so they're off playing medic for the kids. What do you do?
I'm gonna look at Scribe and tell her that she has pretty hair.
I'm going over to Queen
Scribe was
Soul
going to the queen,
Star.
and she'll say, "Thank you, Remus."
Really? That's your answer? I kind of expected something like sarcastic or like screw you or how dare you tell me that my hair is pretty or something. I mean,
I'm not used to getting hit on. That's twice in one day.
oh, I'm not hitting on you. I just wanted to see your reaction. I mean, no offense. No offense. I mean,
Shh! Stop while you're ahead, Remus. Stop while you're ahead.
I am already taken. I'm sorry, Scribe.
I'm not available. But thank you anyway.
Great conversation. A+.
All right, so you two are having a little argument.
Great.
Adrian, so you don't talk to her, and she says, "I'm glad you and your people are having fun."
Drunken sailors and Remus. That's the best men I can get.
No. What?
This is a great game.
Yeah, no,
Jeez.
count me out. I have a girlfriend.
So the Soul Star says, "Well, I think it's time for me and my people to leave."
No.
Thank you.
It was lovely to meet you.
Thank you for the gifts and the festivities.
Yeah, it was really a lot of fun.
She bows to you all, And
How
so
many
do the
winter
other elves.
solstices is in a year? Is this like in a week again?
No, this is not a weekly thing. It, as a matter of fact, you may have noticed, it takes quite a lot of magical power on my behalf to do some of these feats.
Monthly?
Once a year.
Yes.
Remus?
Yes, monthly.
Once a year,
No,
Remus.
it's
Once a
yearly.
year.
Oh. Well, it was fun though.
She says, normally we play in more confined spaces such as the streets of my city. So the snowball is a little more scary than the open area.
Oh, we can come see you next time. Like, you invite us and we'll just ride on the sleigh thing or on the snowball and we'll do winter solstice at your place. We'll
She
make
says-
food.
She says, maybe next time if diplomacy is going well between us.
Sounds good.
And
I think.
of course. Okay. She points her staff up to the ships and they start descending into the walled section of the guild. Eventually they land and you notice the there's like these 4 shards that kind of float around the ship's bottoms, and you can see them kind of like extend into the ships as they are floating around, similar to that of Ioun stones, and they extend into long legs for the ships to kind of land on. And the sails break apart and extend down and make like ladders for the elves to get in on.
Bye.
I do.
Bye, elves.
Bye, present people.
Scribe will say bye in Elvish.
Ta-la.
Adios. So long. Farewell. Sayonara.
Sorry, we'll call out a goodbye in Elvish as well.
Okay.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Bungo.
Technically, so call goodbye in
Ding
Elvish.
dong dare.
She then just uses Dimension Door to travel the 30 feet up the ladder.
It's like, yeah, no,
and
fuck this.
land on the ship.
Talk about lazy.
You people are weird.
And she says, I didn't want all of your men to look up my skirt.
Oh,
Good. That's a good,
kinda-
good idea.
And the rest
I
of us
kind of
are
get
fine.
that, and I would have done that, but I'm sorry.
I like how he
for
admits
the
to
fact that I
it.
would have done that.
He's like, yeah, I get that, and I would have done that, and I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure it's not a bad view. So, bye.
Oh my god.
It's okay. It's okay, lady M. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. But I think that was a compliment. Bye!
She says, don't worry, we'll put that mood on ice. And Remus, make a con save.
Oh, shit. You fucked.
No. Why do you do this to me? God damn it.
Remus is frozen in time.
It's a 10.
Yeah, she just points her staff to you and you turn into an ice block.
Oh, fuck. Question, could we get him out?
She says, maybe. It'd just be easier if you wait a day. I think I'd be doing you all a favor by doing that.
Let's just leave it.
She says, don't worry, he won't starve in there.
That's good.
But will he die?
He shouldn't.
Okay.
That.
And basically, this is her version of hold person.
Right.
She walks away, and the ship's legs turn into well, they used to be just long, thin legs, like you'd expect maybe on from like long sticks, but then they turn into large legs, like you've seen from the crates, and they push the ships up, and you see them turn into crystals, and they start spinning rapidly as they start creating large air gusts to push them off the ground. Then once they get into the air, you see them turn into large wings, and they start flying away. As they fly away, the snow that was once falling just pretty much just goes away. Like it stops snowing.
Wow. She was nice.
She was lovely.
I wonder what she'll have us do.
Okay, Scribe's going to light a torch and try to melt Remus out of the ice cube.
I'll start picking at it with
it.
It just breaks after 1
She
minute.
said.
Oh my god, I couldn't breathe inside of there. Oh my god, like I could, but it was so cold. I think my eyes burned. What happened?
You were frozen in ice.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Where did that lady go?
They flew
Away.
Oh. Was she mad at me?
Oh.
I don't know if she was mad.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like some like sexual thing. Maybe she was like teasing you.
Oh, that's so weird. No, I have a girlfriend. Why do people hit on me like Scribe and this ice lady?
I wasn't hitting on you.
Sorry, no, sorry, Ellen, I are just here, and I take Remus's bag of endless food, and I start pulling out popcorn.
Sarah just joins in. She's like, "Oh, popcorn, lovely."
This is good. It's like the soap operas.
I know these. It's like the tales you always hear in taverns, like where you think that it's definitely fake, but it's not.
It's like those romance novels.
It's great, isn't it?
Oh my gosh! Just eat popcorn.
Jesus, you had a room, you two.
It's
Why would we need a room?
it's the Lifetime channel, Guild Edition.
Why would we need a room?
Yeah, to sleep in.
Well,
I mean,
I have
what
no
else do you
bedroom.
do in a room?
I mean,
you
are getting a house.
Yeah.
Oh
we all
yeah,
have
you
our
are getting a
bedrooms.
house. Are you getting children together? Are you gonna
have
make
an
babies?
individual bedroom?
if I'm
No,
actually
I've no
eating
desire for
popcorn.
children, and I.
You two are getting a house together.
Oh man,
And Maurice.
Us and Maurice.
Scribe has
Us
a
and
fair
Maurice.
point. Oh my god, it's 3 of you?
Yeah.
Holy
Everyone has an
shit!
That's
We
some
all got our
kinky,
own bedroom. It's quite lovely.
Right,
that's some kinky shit, right?
that is messed up.
It's like 2.5 men, but they still don't know which two's the half.
Well, I think
It's
We,
Douglas.
we
It's
all have our own
Douglas.
bedroom. We're running a clinic out of there.
I think Douglas would be the 2.
Really?
Well, he is a furball, but just barely.
That's why. Okay. He's like half a man, honestly. He barely qualifies as a man.
Okay, so you go ahead and do that, and good luck with your babies.
Baby.
Okay, I mean, we're not going to be like a nursery, but that's all right.
Half elf, half furball babies.
Half bulk.
Why would there? Why would I don't believe that
Furball.
there were any in the orphanage. I don't know why they'd come and see us.
I haven't seen any
Half.
furbolgs at all.
Per half
Yeah, they're not
bulk.
exactly the most. They're not exactly the most plentiful
Bulk
race around here. I don't know why they'd be around.
Elf bogs.
Burke half borgs.
That'll be cool. Like a science experiment.
Oh yeah, you can go ahead and try.
Can-
Elf bulk.
All right. Oh, I'm going to go check on the progress of the house. Bye-bye.
Wait, isn't a nursery like a place for babies to put in?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, under normal circumstances, it nurseries are basically the same places as orphanages.
Well, just running a clinic.
There's like a 1 out of 10 chance that that kid's an orphan. Or actually getting picked back up. Yeah, we'll take care of your baby for a moment. And then, like, months later, so they're still there.
Where's your mommy?
I'm your mom now.
Okay.
It's just a clinic. We each have our own bedrooms. We're just moving into it with friends.
And we're making a garden.
We're making a garden so the people of Illumina have something nice to look at rather than the fire-ravaged charred ruins.
Oh,
Let me get this straight. So they're gone. Everything is good.
Where all those training grounds were, there's where it was like once burned from the fire elemental. The grass grew there, but it was still kind of barren. But then, for those of you who weren't there for that adventure, gold dust had showered across the skies and over Illumina, and the damage from the city was repaired from the damage from the Archdevil, and the land in front of where the training grounds were filled with beautiful trees and shrubbery.
That was because Throak and I wished for that. Oh man, he said to keep it a secret. God damn it.
Good job.
I'm not good at this secret thing.
I'm not good at this whole
I should not have said that. I should not have said that.
What do you mean, Wish, Remus?
Well, we were on this crazy hell adventure, and there was this bard with this really fancy hat that I really wanted, and he gave it to me, like for like several hours, and it was like some magic shit that I didn't understand. And he made us basically like solve like 3 riddles, and all of a sudden I had like this golden heart in my pouch, and then we talked to a dragon with like he was guarding like a tower that was really tall with a girl inside of it, and I don't know, we solved like some riddles that was yeah, I don't know, that was kind of hard, but not really.
You solved a riddle?
Yeah. I did. Okay. I did because I am actually not stupid all the time. I'm really smart sometimes, so I had some ideas. And I made a new friend. He died after I talked to him, but I made a new friend.
Make sure you put in 1 XP, Ty.
Oh, cool. Thanks. See you guys later.
Bye, Ty.
Yeah.
And then once we did all that, this thing granted us all wishes, and Throak and we just expended our wishes on Illumina, saying or wishing for like a better state of the city, and like ask for whatever the thing could be doing to help the city. And that's what we did. And that's where I got this bag of endless food from. So you helped too, kind of, I think.
Well, thank you, Remus. That's very selfless of you.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, I think it was. Yeah, there you go. That's the story. That's how we wished for, and we got all wishes. That's why Jebediah has this crazy-ass map with, like, those X's in it. And that's why Religa died. And that's why,
Wait, what?
I forgot. Someone else had a wish. Oh, yeah, and that's why Ralph can now, like, speak with his friend, Risk, that he murdered, apparently.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What? Wait.
What?
Wait, go back a couple.
I need a jet because I'm tired as fuck. I've got shit to do today. But I'll chat to you guys later.
See ya.
Bye, Caitlin.
Give yourself
Good
1 XP.
All right, wait. Remus, go back to a couple. What was the one you said about Relgar?
He literally walks back 5 steps. It's like, where to?
No, I mean, what was the wish about Relgar? Who wished for that?
Yeah, like the wish was like that I think he got like to cure him or something because he was sick, or I didn't know this dude, okay? And well, the wish could only grant him that next time that the skies be seen by Adrian. Adrian is right here. Adrian can tell the story too. Like the next time he saw him, he would like be fine, but like not the time after. I specifically asked, like, what about the second next time? And he's like, nope, not gonna happen. So that's the answer. What was your question?
I wished for Relgar to be healed.
Yeah.
And he said, the next time I see him, he'll be fine. But only the next time.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So I went to see him. He was near comatose in his bed, but when I showed up, the cold dust appeared and he became conscious. And that's when he appointed me and Jebediah as archmages of the Illumina Wizards Guild.
Yep.
Wow.
So,
Then he made me turn around and he died.
yep. Tragic.
Wow.
Yeah. And Ralph can talk to the person he killed now. In like a dream form.
Oh.
'Cause were they brothers? He kept crying about it. I don't know.
Was Ralph the one that you know?
Oh yeah, apparently he killed Chris.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
yeah.
he
You
thought
said
it would be smart to poison someone. Like, how do you think that's smart? That's like, not even I would do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
Yep. But
Yeah.
now he can talk to his dead friend, so
Oh,
maybe that helps. I don't know.
how nice! Yay! I could actually kind of do that with a spell.
That's really creepy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, clerical things.
No, I don't know. What do you mean by that?
It's all right, Remus. It's all right. You
Huh?
don't have to understand.
I think that's where we're going to stop the broadcast. I'd like to thank all of you for playing. And you all gain 1 experience, and of course, all the little items and trinkets I gave you for this adventure.
Thank you.
Why are you hysterically laughing again? Oh no. Nothing happened.
And
Because
I'll
I
see you
just
all next time.